brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get champions, we can do it together. When we look to the future of precipice, we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People said the bag of promises, them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher, wonder when it does now come rest. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get champions.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
All right. Back again, my wonderful brothers and sisters. And of course, in studio with us is Melting Pot. Now, right, before I do anything, I always have to meet and greet my lovely brothers and sisters. Now, let us begin with the meet and greet. All right, Dorrit Mackay, the first person in studio. Big up yourself, Dorrit. Carla Banks. Right, we have Glenn Samuels, we have Patel Krushank, Bloomy Coleman, we have June, N2, S8F, we have Rennie Swaby, Beverly 975, Miss John Upton, right? We have Falmouth Girl, bless up yourself, Falmouth Girl. Falmouth Girl say, happy Friday, yeah, all right. No, all right. Cecile Phillips, right? Bless up yourself. We have one Indian, bless up yourself, one Indian, and Fiona Burnett, right? And we have people are just now coming in, people are tuning in. A London boy, right? Bless up yourself at Marind Darrock. Bless up yourself. All right. Now, of course, let me just have Brother Melting Pot, the man with the sledge, right? Meet and greet his people. Melting Pot.
Greetings once again to everyone tuning into the Mystic Live. You don't know over there tonight. Friday night as usual, weekend commence. We have to come put in the punch once again. I'm a brother there and Lord Byron. I'm a whole hot seat tonight. My technical director and the host. Yeah, but we don't have nothing problem with that, Yeah, because you don't know we can deal with it. Yeah. So once again, big up to all the fans worldwide. Yeah, you don't know. Mystic Sensation and Melting Pot. Love you like that. You understand? Because without the fans, the energy wouldn't be as, high and intensified as we bring it to you every night. Yeah, so we have big up the people don't have ground zero as usual. We not leave them out of the thought. Because our family them there. Set speed. Yeah, and big up all of my people in the Kingston 1311 region. 2 mile. Big up on yourself as usual. Greenwich Farm. Maxwell. Yeah, Whitfield Town. Walter Heights. Big up on yourself. Yeah, Pienland Heights. Big up on yourself. Dela Cree Park Heights. Big up on yourself. Union Garden. Enough respect same way. As usual. Majestic Garden. Up. You don't know the world works. Yeah, all blood and fire, comrade. Melting Pot salute tonight. So we have said just go along and whistle with the ride, and back the floor to the host.
All right. Blessings, my brother. Right. Now, we have to start the fire roll, right then and there. We are not going to waste any time. And all the persons who are coming in, let me just give an umbrella welcome to you all. Bless up. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Now, people, the situation at UHWI, really and truly, it's really terrible. Really terrible. And let me say this. People are going to be charged and go to prison. Yes, people are going to be charged and going to prison. And so then we know that Christopher Tufton is trying to do his best to take away himself from out of the situation where, of course, he's the one who installed those players at the UHWI, right? Put them in respective place for the purpose of committed corruption, right? And that is the plain thing. We don't, around here, right? Trust me, we don't mince words, in terms of, dealing with the facts, right? We deal with the facts as it ought to be dealt with, right? So we don't sugarcoat nothing around here. We're talking it as it is. Christopher Tufton installed his corrupted Cumberland to rob taxpayers. Believe it right there. Now, let me get into a media release, right, and share it to our people. Because we're serious about this, checks and balance, and we have a burn out corruption. Burn out corruption. We must, if we want to prosper in this modern day Jamaica, we have to get rid of Andrew Holness and his administration, the high level of corruption, the high level of toxicity. Trust me, people. We have to. And that is our mission, right? Good governance. And believe you me, when we get them out, they need to stay in the political wilderness, right? Let me tell you that. Bless up yourself, Lillian Turner. Bless up yourself. Now let us get into, right, the people's business, because we are here doing the people's business and we don't play. The people will hold us accountable if we don't do the people's business appropriately. So we are here, right? We are not fooling ourselves. Now, as it is shared there, let me see if, okay. So, Pat, can you see that?
Yes, it's up.
Okay, all right. Very good. So the minister must now come clean about the nature of his relationship with senior figures at UHWI and explain whether these associations amount to conflict of interest that compromise impartial decisions making at Jamaica's premier teaching hospital. The leadership is about responsibility, particularly when it comes to healthcare. When scandals become routine, leadership becomes the problem. Jamaica health system cannot be reformed by those who have presided over its decline. Christopher Tufton, you're a careless failure. The PNP patriots therefore demand. Hey, let me tell you something. Who said the PNP not working? Who said the PNP not working? Right? Well, the PNP patriots therefore demand bulletin point number 1. What we demand? The immediate resignation of the entire UHWI board. They are criminal. They are criminals. Now, people, I spoke with a certified neurosurgical doctor today, earlier in the live. And believe you me, the things that he spoke about earlier is appalling. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The level of corruption that he reported. Now, Jamaica Labour Party don't interested in anything as it relates to meritocracy, putting the appropriate persons with the appropriate skill sets in place to offer maximum service. It's not about offering maximum service, people. It's about robbing the treasury. Robbing the treasury. The doctor that I had spoken to earlier has all the requisite skill set. right? All the accolades. But he was rejected. Because you know why he was rejected? Him not in the thieving business like them. Me hit the nail right on the head. Me said the doctor, he's not in the thieving business like them. So they want somebody, you understand, who is going to breach procurement guidelines. They want somebody who is going to look on a neurosurgical drill that value, said 5,000 US dollars, right? And charge taxpayers $31 million. Those are the persons that they need. Christopher Tufton, me say, you need to resign like from 2016. Simply mean you shouldn't be in politics representing anyone. You, Christopher Tufton, shouldn't be in politics. So you should have been resigned from 2016. So, number 2, the resignation of the CEO and Senior Director of Clinical Services. Right? Yes. We need his resignation. And finally, the removal of Dr. Christopher Tufton as Minister of Health. Then if you just take him out of the place and just dash him away, it is no good. No good. The podium, the brags. Oh, my administration, in the history of our politics, we had moved the health budget from $60 billion to $160 billion. And all of that increase in budget is what gone down in our pocket. Uno all dirty thief. Uno a thief. Uno a thief. But the dialysis machine there. But the bed them there. Neurosurgical drill, where them there?
Name them out, Mystic.
But yet, you spend 160 billion Jamaican dollars while the auditor general tell you, say, in a year ministry, over $800 billion unaccounted for. What this? The doctor that I had spoken with today, you know, say more than $1 billion, you know, it's about $1 trillion, you know. That's what the doctor said, you know. The doctor said that sort of the amount that they are reporting on, it's really a soft cushion. They really don't want Jamaica make it, they really don't want it sound that bad, you know. Now, can you imagine the disgrace in Christopher Tufton? Now, let me read some more. Healthcare is a fundamental right of every Jamaican. You know, so when you look upon it, you know, when you look upon it, Jamaica, no, Jamaica, come talk, no, man. When we look upon the disrespect, when we look upon the utter hardness that the GLP administration, as it relates to the healthcare budget that them a brags about, pan campaign. I'm Seaga and pan one next campaign again. I'm going to tell the people them. I'm going to show the people them the next campaign where you're going to. You think me not see a campaign? You don't start campaign already, you know. But we're going to bust the bubbles tonight. Healthcare is a fundamental right of every Jamaican. Our people deserve a system led with competence, transparency, and respect for life, right? And ensure no corruption, not one undermined by recurring failures, political interference, and weak, liar, and thieving government. Half measures will no longer suffice. accountability must be decisive, and meaningful leadership reform is now imperative. Very important. All right? Yes. Wonderful. Coming from the Patriot. We don't play. We don't sugarcoat nothing around here, you know. Right? We don't sugarcoat nothing around here, so. So, Melting Pot, what do you make of the powerful response from the Patriot?
Well, the powerful response is welcome, you know. And I mean, it's long in coming. Yeah, the voice what we are here now, you know, it's long time we need these type of voice. You understand? Because the pressure must put pan tough tongue, you know.
What do you mean?
You understand? Him can't distance himself from this because remember, you know, the senior doctor them upper UA did have them thing in place as it relates to the administration side of things. And him come and him change up that. And him put in who him for put in. And remember, the fundamental key point in all of that what I'm doing now is simply the fact that it's an accredited agent select the CEO, you know.
Yes.
You understand? And tough tongue, yeah, with them criminal intention, go up there and tear down the administration side of thing and put in who him want put in. Yeah, and these people are criminals who him put in. You understand? So them carry out a wide range of irregularities as it relates to the procurement up there, using the taxpayers' money as if it belongs to them. You understand? And also short changing the taxpayers by utilizing the waiver, importation waiver tax. But then them collect it through the back door from who them are deal with. So when we are look on now, you know, it's a combination of criminal activity. And that combination only suppress the taxpayers. Because the taxpayers don't get value for the money where them contribute towards the budget. Plus the taxpayer have to make up for the shortfall that the tax administrator should have gotten from these importation. So when you look at everything, Tough Tongue cannot get away. Yeah, Tough Tongue can't get away from this. Tough Tongue must be the first minister who go to charge. The same way I'm put out, when we put out pan Wayne Cameron, we want him put it out pan Tough Tongue. Yeah, him have to do some investigation because him break new ground, you know, and prove to every Jamaican say him have the powers to carry out investigation and make recommendation for prosecution. Improve that already. So him break new ground. Yeah? But me want to tell him this. Just like how you can pursue one of your colleagues, I want to pursue a member from your party cabinet. Because Tough Tongue has been in the spotlight for more than a decade now as it relates to, you know, misappropriation of the ministry fund, coming out and lavishly speaking about his government, you know, investing the most on health in the history of Jamaica, moving the goalpost from 60 billion to 140 billion. Yeah? So them double and over. You understand? But under the previous administration, yep, led by Portia Simpson Miller, that 60 billion used to offer a lot more to Jamaican. And I'm talking about in terms of equipment and facility, and in terms of a stable, you know, workforce. And the Tough Tongue administration, with the high increase from 60 billion to 140 billion, Jamaican has got less value for that 140 billion comparing to the 60 billion. Because there is no hospital practically in Jamaica now that is not been, deteriorate to ruins, dilapidated hospital them everywhere you go. Because when a hospital don't have the requirement, item that's supposed to kit out the hospital, like bed, chair, scanner, and all these things, then what you expect? It cannot be a hospital, it's a shelter. And when the taxpayers is not getting the value for the money, then the taxpayer is shortchanged. Tough Tongue has been given a vast amount of salary increase. And this is why Tough Tongue action, is not that we can tolerate. Because after the high level of increase, I remember my people, Tough Tongue is a senior cabinet member in the Jamaica Labour Party. So MP up there, near to the Prime Minister. So you know at 20 million them a draw down annually. Tough Tongue also having private business. You understand? So Tough Tongue shouldn't be stealing from the taxpayers. Tough Tongue should be ensuring that the taxpayer get full value for the money, because the taxpayers them also provide Tough Tongue with a job, a lucrative job that pay him handsomely. So when you have Tough Tongue now creating havoc in the Ministry of Health, he must be investigated and charged by Google too. The same method must apply to Tough Tongue. Because my Jamaican people, me not ask for a perfect commissioner, I know. Time can't be perfect. And I go and tell you something. Where perfect is concerned, it's the enemy of good. So I don't want a perfect commissioner. I want a good commissioner.
Yes.
That, spread the value and work right across the length and breadth of Jamaica. So I'm supposed to investigate everybody.
Can you just wait until
not just selective justice?
You just quickly work on it, because I don't want to interrupt him. All right, cool.
Sir, be pass up your phone. Yeah. We don't want a selective, we don't want any form of selective justice coming from the commissioner's chair. So I'm saying to Google too, I don't want you to be perfect, because perfect is the enemy of good. What I want you to be is a good commissioner that spread the good work from your chair right and across the length and breadth of Jamaica, where the law applies to everybody in the same way. I sure know you have seen several cases occurring during your time and prior to your time. So I want to make sure know that later down in the program I will highlight some, but I'm sticking to Tough Tongue now. Tough Tongue behavior as the Minister of Health is deplorable, despicable, and nobody can condole Tough Tongue behavior right now as the Minister of Health, because everything that happened in his ministry, him distant himself. He has never taken accountability for anything. I will ask the question, why? If you're the architect to design a building, and where the building falls short of, standard based on the design, then it must be the architect's fault. It can't be the workman who carry out the actual building. The building just did not design properly. So we find the administration staff up at UA falling foul of the law, then it must be you who create that, because you're the architect with that administration board. The buck stop with you, Tough Tongue, and there's no way we will allow you to double down. You double down on too much thing and get away with it. You double down on market me. You double down on beryllium. You double down on the dead baby them. You double down on the drill. You double down for everything. You have to stop this double down. You must be held accountable. Because accountability is what the Jamaican electorate deserve from everyone who they vote for and send into that House of Parliament. The Jamaican electorate did not vote for a criminal, you know. I can tell you that. As much as them support the party, even the Labour right, them never vote for a criminal. Because right now, tough tongue, you a short change, even Labour right was sick. When them go hospital, them can't get nothing, them have to suffer like everybody else. So I don't like the hospital condition is a partial condition, you know. It's right across the board, everybody has suffer from it. Labour right and PMP has suffer. So the entire Jamaica must call for tough tongue resignation like no. And the Prime Minister, for once in his life, must do the honorable thing and ask this guy to step down. Too much controversy on the tough tongue watch. Too much money are missing from the ministry them on the tough tongue watch. Because Cornwall Beryllium Hospital, several billions. Upper UHII, several millions. Could have gone in a billions too. You understand? Yeah? And then the other little incident them relating to drills and all these machines where them bring coming at the place. Money are missing left, right, and center. And Tough Tongue want distant himself. Tough Tongue, you are the head of the ministry. And the chip must lie where it fall. And the chip I look like right now them a fall upon you and a pile up on you like a ton of brick. You must do the honorable thing, Tough Tongue. And step aside from the job. And if you refuse, then the Prime Minister must do the honorable thing and remove you. The Prime Minister must take a leave from Marky G book. Just look what Marky G did to Meadows. He never stand a chance. Just one word him out of him out. We implicate him and, you know, cause in political career to die. And that was all about scamming. Now, in a Tough Tongue case of robbing, we are see beer face robbing. And it run through all of the ministry them. So Google too, they have a whole heap of cleaning up to do. Yeah? You need to launch some investigation now, because the buck stop with you to know, you know. Yeah, because you break new ground in a Jamaica and show to everybody in a Jamaica say you can orchestrate investigation and put people in front of the DPP for prosecution. So we have some case. We're going to talk about it later on. But right now, I yield back the floor to Sir Lord Byron.
All right. Blessing, melting pot. Blessing for that. Now, people, can you believe as it relates to all the bangarang that taking place at UHII, Christopher Tufton hell-bent in more trickery, more deceitfulness, and more corruption. Let me show you something, people. Richard, a lot of people are not taking notice. Christopher Tufton start the political campaign. No, look at people. No, come look here. Let me show you. Christopher Tufton start the political campaign already. I want to go on and prepare for local government election. I don't know. Now look at these people. Let me big up this. Hold on, people. Okay, got it. Look at this, people. Look at this. Christopher Tufton under the quiet. The campaign. Hear the lie where I tell us you don't want to trick. They try to say I trick people. Government to acquire land for hospital in Portmore. Right? Said Tufton. You know why I'm talking about acquire land for Portmore? You remember the thing that Everald Warmington brought up as it relates to have Portmore into a city to put, that firmly in the GLP column, so that GLP have that for sure win. Look on this, people. This is a trick we know Christopher Tufton coming with. Want to look on it, The government is in the process of acquiring land in the Greater Bernard Lodge development in St. Catherine to construct a Type C hostel as Portmore moves closer to attaining parish status. Now, this was one of the claim that in order for Portmore to becomes right, as it relates to parish status, right, they would have to have a health care. So this is what now is now shaping. Now the truth be told, they have no plan to put no health care over there. They are not going to put any health care over there. This is now only to shape the way. You understand? But again, in the realize say, what the PNP have now is not 14 again. PNP have 28 seats. So guess what? You are going to have to need 2/3 majority for that to happen. Now watch this. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made the disclosure on Wednesday while responding to questions from reporters following a tour of the Greater Portmore Health Center, which is currently undergoing expansion. Now, people, look here. You have Carmel Regional Hospital, Christopher Tufton, under repair from 2016. You started out with $2 billion. The hospital not finished yet. Then it leave from $2 billion to $4 billion. The refurbishing can't done yet. Then it leave from $4 billion to $9 billion. The refurbishing can't done yet. Then now it have a projected cost from $9 billion, to $23 billion. And here you know, gone, yes, so again now. Hey, look here. Here you know, gone, yes, so again now. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton made a disclosure on Wednesday while responding to questions from reporters following a tour of the Greater Portmore Health Center, which is currently undergoing expansion. Right? And more money now look for thief. You do know that Portmore is under consideration for parish status. And we do need a hospital in Portmore, Tufton said. And we do need more money to thief. If you mention that. He continued. We are going to be acquiring lands in the Greater Bernard Lodge development for a Type C hospital. The minister also indicated that the additional health facilities in Portmore are being assessed for future upgrades and expansion as part of the government's broader health infrastructure development program. We don't have nothing to care about no former health care. You understand a strategy you now use. Let me show the people them so now use strategy. Let me bring up back. You understand the thing with Everald Warmington and show the people them. Strategy at the point. Strategy at the point. Right? Let me show the people them. Say the point big piece of political strategy, your campaign. And you start the campaign early, man. Earlier start the campaign. Let me show the people them what go on here, so. See it, your people. See it, ya. See the proof, ya. Rejected. Right? Committee Arts Warmington push for Portmore parish boundaries in May voters list. At this time, want, See it, ya. And this happened Wednesday, April 2nd, 2025. Right? They wanted to force the boundaries. You understand? To put this in the GLP column. Now, Parliament Constituency Boundaries Committee has rejected a proposal by government lawmakers Edward Warmington to have the Electoral Commission of Jamaica use the Portmore Parish boundaries to finalize the next voters list for the May 31st deadline. So it now Christopher Tufton now, you understand, they try to go back to, this, they are real criminals, people. We don't look on this now. During Tuesday meeting, Fitz Jackson, Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Southern, sharply responded, "You must be crazy," to Warmington's suggestion. The next general election is constitutionally due within 5 months, and it is expected that Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness will announce the date after the list is published. The committee, however, agreed to send the Portmore Parish Law and recent court orders to the ECJ to seek its opinion on how the constituency boundaries should be adjusted to accommodate the elevation of the city municipality in St. Catherine to a parish. An update is expected May 31st. Now, the ruling Jamaica Labour Party and the opposition People's National Party have been bitterly divided over the process being used to make Portmore into the country's 15th parish, with the PNP claiming that the government is engaging in a political gerrymandering. So Christopher Tufton now gone back. You understand the push? You understand this situation again? Now watch this now. At Tuesday's meeting, Committee Chairman Juliet Holness initially proposed submitting last week's Supreme Court orders to the ECJ to begin the process of adjusting boundaries, The orders stem from a lawsuit filed by the PNP officials over the Portmore Parish Law. Chief Justice Brian Sykes had granted a consent order with the government assuring it would comply with Section 67 of the Constitution before forcing the new parish law. However, Warmington said what Holness proposed was not sufficient because the ruling must be based on something. He suggested that the Portmore Parish Law, formerly the Counties and Parishes Amendment Act 2025, and its accompanying map and boundaries for Portmore be sent to. Here the trickery Warmington and the Jamaica Labour Party, including Christopher Tufton, want to do. I think we should add on that to the recommendation to them, that is, be included in the voters list coming in May until that is done. This is of no use, he said. Now, this proposal was immediately rejected by opposition members, with government member Edmund Bartlett emphasizing that Parliament's role was simply to forward the act to the ECJ for its advice. He also noted that the situation was a rarity, as it was the first time since 1867 the Parliament was establishing a new parish. Now watch this now, people. There is no president, and the Parliament having passed the bill and the act now being in a position to be fully implemented. We have one responsibility, and that is to forward the act, said Bartlett. He added that the ECG was entrusted with determining constituency boundaries. Right, so it's all about boundaries, and we're now Christopher Tufton want that now to now conveniently now put in the Jamaica Labour Party column. Now with Parliament later reviewing its advice, Holness rejected Warmington's suggestion that we insist on certain consideration, stating, I won't even repeat it. Ultimately, the committee voted unanimously to send the court orders and Portmore Parish Law to the ECJ for consideration with a deadline for the feedback May 31st. Yeah, you could have do that when they have 49, right, in Parliament, and when they have 49 in Parliament and the PNP only have 14. You can't do it now. Warmington pushed to include Portmore Parish boundaries in the voters list. When you listen now, people, see the trickery. Warmington pushed to include Portmore Parish boundaries in the voters list follows public statement in November 2023 when he claimed the boundary shift the boundary shift people would benefit the GLP. This is why now Christopher Tufton, corruption, Mr. Corruption. If you want to go do, if you want to do, I hope the opposition don't have no veil over them eye now. And make sure anything what Christopher Tufton do over there, so you understand? Make sure say none of them support it. You know, hear me? Not one of them support it. Right? Look what I want to do. Wilmington push to include Portmore's parish boundaries in the voters list follows public statement in November 2023 when he claimed the boundary shift would benefit the JLP. And that you know what to do. And that you up to now, Christopher Tufton, you run gone over there with a big PR, dirty, nasty PR. We tell us on a full of corruption. On a full of corruption. Melting Pot, what say you on this matter?
Well, Tufton is trying to, move away from the current scandal we're surrounding. Yeah? A deflection him a keep up here right now,
Yeah.
Because I want to fling out this now, because Portmore is a well-populated place. And I mean, everybody want hospital wherever them live close by. But my taking and Tufton is that him should not be charged with any responsibility of constructing or refurbishing any more hospital in Jamaica. Totally, yeah, he must distance himself from these type of activities. And I am sure that the People's National Party will remain steadfast because the People's National Party already had a stance on that, and the stance must remain. Not in support of Portmore becoming another parish in Jamaica. Portmore, as we know all along, is part of St. Catherine. It's a parish already. So there's no way you're going to split up St. Catherine and put a next parish in a St. Catherine. It's not like Portmore was seeing them dump it up, yeah, and create a new piece of land in a Jamaica, and you want to name it. Over there, St. Catherine. Yeah, Portmore is just a community within St. Catherine, and it must remain like that. So when Tufton come out now, yeah, and I speak about hospital, just listen to the type of hospital we mention. Class C. Nobody no want a Class C hospital.
Exactly.
Class C is less than clinic in my time. And especially under the Labour administration, when them degrade it down to Class C, you know where you get. Because the Class A university hospital run down to Class Z. You can imagine if them constitute a Class C hospital, what kind of ratings that I have. We don't want Tufton come tell about no more hospital. Tufton have 2 hospitals for them on right now. We are bleed the taxpayers' coffers. Exactly. And they can't get accountability of the funds. Yeah? So Tufton want to rise up building, call them hospital, and use them to funnel the taxpayers' money through. We can't have that. And there will be no special preferential to the party to create them one boundaries, to give them leverage in our political arena. The parish and the boundaries them are there already. Just look how much here what a history the man them want to tamper with now. From 1857, Jamaica no see another parish, Jamaica don't see a next parish. Portmore once was a parish. It sink in 1632 in a June. We don't need no more parish in a Jamaica. God, Jamaica land, it no swell and it no shrink. So it must remain with the amount of parish that listed on the island. And we can't have criminal want come construct hospital to provide one of the basic amenity and things say, well then that I go give them clearance. The Portmore becomes a parish.
Exactly.
Portmore wants several amenities, not just a Class C hospital. Yeah? Them come with all type of nonsense, Byron.
Yes.
And people will tune in. Make we talk to them tonight. Remember them, they come with Silicon Valley,
Exactly.
Them come with a thing called Silicon Valley. Warm to Silicon Valley. This garbage administration come with STEM school. What happened to STEM school? So when them want to run out, come get some political leverage, because we know them a campaign. That's why them hold up the goods them will come in for the people them. Now Hurricane Melissa. Them have them sit down pan, Because remember them have them enough to get the issue out for local government election. And for also start sweetening up some people. Yeah? Like it's a welfare package. Because them run a welfare scheme with the hurricane relief, But we are there so allow them. No. We're not gonna allow them to deal with them type of corruption there no more. We are depend them case, Byron. Because this administration, it is surgical with corruption. You understand? Yeah. And we can't have them operating like so well then them own Jamaica. Them no own the place. They have made so much mistake with taxpayers' money. Taxpayers can't allow them to spend the money no more. Taxpayers change them there, and rob the election. The taxpayer, the country, vote them out with the. We know that. So tough tongue. Don't bother the deflection and I come and tell the people them go to Portmore about. You acquire land over Bernard Lodge. We give them Class what? C hospital. What is a Class C hospital? I don't want a minister for no help. Come tell me if I put a hospital in my community. We have so much 1,000 people. Yeah? We at some time in them life, them are going to require medical assistance. So hospital, them have to go. But you are going to give me a Class C hospital. What is a Class C hospital? And we don't want Tough Tongue tell me nothing more about hospital in our place. Tough Tongue cannot be trusted with no taxpayers' money.
Exactly.
Tough Tongue must be forced out of the ministry at seat. Tough Tongue is garbage. Tough Tongue is a criminal. Tough Tongue tie up man a road at night with rope people. In a pandemic, him alone, Tie up a foreigner. No which minister, in I'm rightful sense, would I see a man will look like him come from overseas and just got tie him up with rope? Which minister travel with rope in a them vehicle? Tough Tongue a criminal. And I can't see for the love of God why the people in Jamaica cannot see that Tough Tongue is an outright criminal that is there swindling away the country money for him own, benefit. Tough Tongue is already a wealthy man out of Jamaica taxpayers. And we need now to bring Tough Tongue to justice and secure back some of the wealth when thief from the taxpayers. So when I entrust Tough Tongue with no more money for bill, not even fall kobo. Not even fall kobo. Go to. Me I beg you, melting pot. Yeah? Me I charge you with the responsibility to go and bring Tough Tongue in. Tough Tongue is wanted for high-level criminality within the Ministry of Health. So, go to, you walk up the ground where there, because you break new ground in Jamaica. Me I tell you this, you need to go and bring Tough Tongue to the DPP. Because when we are talking about you, so, I don't like we are guess and spell. Everybody in Jamaica that is patriotic to the Jamaican cause fully aware that Tough Tongue has been stealing the money from the Ministry of Health, using his cronies that him handpick and put in place. Trapper John is one as well. Trapper John job description as project manager down at Cornwall Beryllium Hospital. Yeah, cannot be certified because I have no qualification. But Trapper John did it. Because when the money go to the project manager, you think there's somebody with qualification. So you say, well, yes, they would have deserved that pay package. No. Part of that go back to Tough Tongue and so them a work. That's why I'm looking for a little up scrap. Yeah, I'm putting in that position. Because the up scrap cannot demand more than what Tough Tongue go give him. But Tough Tongue put on the table, say, him a pay this to a project manager. No, you're not thinking of yourself, say, well then, project manager are sophisticated people on a building site. Who is Chopper John? Who is Chopper John from the chopping block west? Who is Chopper John? He is a criminal who threaten people in a Trelawney up a Mumako place. Threaten people life. But him a project manager to Cornwall Beryllium, you know. No one that gone to 24 billion and still counting and can't finish. So go to you need for all in Tough Tongue. All in Tough Tongue, cause me no matter what you're doing as long as you do the good job. Yeah, me tell you, me no want you be perfect. But perfect is the enemy of good. I just want you to be a good commissioner. Prove Melting Pot and Mystic wrong. Prove everybody wrong. Prove to them now that you're a good commissioner. Because you started, you know, with Cameron. So you can move towards Tough Tongue now because film thing fresh. And everybody I talk about film thing up to him employee them. Up to the people who work in our ministry. I talk about him. You must have seen the nurses them down at Cornwall Regional Hospital with placards shouting no more rats. So you need to go and do your investigation pan Tough Tongue like how you do your investigation pan Wayne Cameron. You will find more than what you find about Wayne Cameron. And so you must do the same thing by putting forward Tough Tongue to the DPP for him to be prosecuted and charged. I yield back the floor to you, Sir Byron.
All right, blessing for that Melting Pot. All right, let me move on. Now we keep on speaking about selective justice because there are many areas that we need to highlight, right? As it relates to the Commissioner of Police, right? Pursuing a case against Senior Superintendent Cameron. And we have several cases. And if you notice, each time I come on, I try to break each cases because I want them to look into these cases, right? And deal with it the way how they are dealing with Senior Superintendent Cameron. Because we are talking about to avoid selective justice and deal with the situation in a fair and balanced way. Now, let us look on this, people, because some charges now mounted where Cameron is concerned. So they are putting on the pressure. They are putting on the pressure, right? And so then I am going to show them something. The case that they actually need to investigate, which is current, that needs serious investigation and the DPP to involve in this. So I am only showing Jamaica some certain things, you know. SSP Cameron granted 500,000 bail and taken our frontline duty after criminal charges in POA money probe. As we said, we are not here to say whether or not, right, Wayne Cameron is innocent or guilty. Now, the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Financial Investigation Division said Cameron was charged on Thursday with 5 counts of fraudulent conversion and 6 counts of larceny as a servant. Cameron, who was relieved of his service weapon This show that it is going, it is like a personal vendetta, right? Because why relieve the man of his firearm that he needs a protection for? So now you try to embarrass him, but now you try to, leave him in a situation where he can't even protect himself. Right? I mean, Cameron, who was relieved of his service weapon by detectives, was granted station bail in the sum of 500,000. Cameron, who is being represented by attorney at law Bert Samuels and Matthew Hyatt, is to go before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on February 12th. This investigation, which spanned several months, examined matters concerning the management and application of funds under the control of the POA over a defined period. The JCF and FID said in a joint statement on Thursday. It is so sad to know that FID moves so rapidly as it relates to this particular case, with senior superintendent, right? Based on when they started their investigation. But if you notice that now FID is not moving aggressively to investigate the Prime Minister, some serious things wrong with this, Some serious thing wrong with, trust me, people, I am telling you, some serious things wrong with this. Now, let us look at this again now. This is where I am coming to now for us to make sure that we are dealing with justice. Look at this case now, and I'm asking the DPP, I'm asking the Commissioner of Police to look at this case. Look at this case, Commissioner of Police. Look at this case. Please look at this case, because this is a case we want you to deal with, right? We want you to deal with this case. Look at this case.
The doors have been retrofitted from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, which means the students will board the buses from the sidewalks and not from the road. And secondly, there was also some noise that came about the tires on the bus, and I gave the commitment that all buses will have brand new tires. So I ask you to please inspect the buses to satisfy yourself that, in fact, the commitment that was made by me has been fulfilled. So, the other thing that I like to say is that on the testing of the 122 routes, where we found that some of the buses that were allocated were not suitable for the routes for different reasons, we have actually changed some of the allocations and changed some of the orders for the buses to be able to specify the needs of the routes. So the bottom line is that that was the reason for the testing of the 122 routes, to make sure that the buses that were assigned are compatible. So that has been dealt with. The issue of the servicing of the buses, the tires on the buses, and the retrofitting of the doors. The last thing I want to say, just to clear up the misunderstanding, the confusion, etc. These buses have engines that are Cummins diesel engines that have a life cycle of 500,000 miles. These buses have anywhere between 60 and 150,000 miles. They will travel between 15 and 20,000 miles per year. So if you do the math, you'll realize that the engines and transmissions of these buses have up to 10 years, and in some cases more, of life cycle before any major work needs to be done on them.
Buses. So now we dedicate value of giving them to us. And so we your care. Father, we thank you that as they guide you, we like everyone to protect them. In Jesus' name, we dedicate
Father, Son,
and
Holy
and
Spirit.
the Holy Spirit.
Amen. Amen.
See, the holy water has been sprinkled
Well,
on.
Now, let me tell you something, Daryl Vaz. None of them, the spirit the way I call long is going to save you, you know. None of them spirit there, right? What you are calling down is going to save you. Trust me. None of them spirit there. None of them. Now, you brought in old buses in the country. But you told a vicious lie for those old buses to pass inspection. Let us show the lie that you told. Let us show the lie that you told. And we are asking the Commissioner of Police, we are asking the DPP to just look into this case. Because you have looked into the senior superintendent of police case, right? Nothing wrong with that. We are asking you to equally hold the same responsibility. Let me give you the evidence, Commissioner of Police. I'll give you the evidence. Watch this, Commissioner of Police, and watch this, DPP. Let me just bring it up so the people can see it. Commissioner of Police, DPP, here it is. Honorable Daryl Vaz, Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunication and Transport, Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunication and Transport, PCJ Building, 36 Trafalgar Road, Kingston 10, right? Danville Walker is writing, is responding back to Daryl Vaz. Here it is, people. We're not showing any lie. We have the evidence. Dear Minister Vaz, re-permission to import 110 new buses. New buses, you know. This is how Daryl Vaz trick the system, you know. This is what we talk about high level of corruption. Trick the system. Why you think 110 new buses being written there? Because now they can use it now to avoid inspection because these buses were old buses. Is when we start to beat them on social media, you know. After them use this to avoid inspection on those buses. So he brought in roughly about 50 or 60 old buses, right? And circumvent the inspection, you know, on these buses, you know. This is how criminal Daryl Vaz is, you know. Now, hear it. This letter serves to confirm receipt of your correspondence dated May 20, 2025 regarding the caption matter. Additionally, approval has been granted to Elijah to import 110 buses on behalf of the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunication and Transport for the Rural School Bus Transportation Program. Now listen, people. Please note that all necessary administrative support has been extended to Elijah to facilitate their registration via the Jamaica Single Window for Trade platform to ensure a smooth application process for import permits for the buses. So, you hear that, people? Should you have any concern, please contact Dr. Hugh Blake, Trade Administration CEO at 876-5601-6020 or via email at Blake Trademark, right? And see who signed it there. Come down, people. See who signed it there? Danville Walker. Danville Walker. Criminal Danville Walker. And Darrell Vaz. See that? See that?
Byron, just let the people them know say is a JP as well, you know. Criminal JP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Criminal Darrell Walker. Right? But see that? The people that are reading it, you know. OJ and JP. It is there. Criminal Danville Walker. Right? And same as JP. Just look, people. Look on the level of criminality. Now, I'm going to get to the business of the day. Now, watch this now, people. Now, it is $1.4 billion, you know, budgeted for all of them school bus there, you know, when you look at our people. See the money, huh? What Darrell Vaz spend? Let me bring it up so the Commissioner of Police can see it and the DPP can see this. See there? See the prices of each bus here? See the total there? $424,885. Darrell Vaz spent. Darrell Vaz, out of the $1.4 billion, Darrell Vaz spent $424,885. People can't make up this. People, what me say? We cannot make up this. See the evidence there? Commissioner of Police. Commissioner of Police. Here is the evidence. DPP. Here is the evidence. We want to know, what are you going to do about it? Look on the slackness, people. Look on the slackness. Darrell Vaz, where the people, where is taxpayers' money? Where is taxpayers' money? 420,000 that you have spent. Now equate to the $1.4 billion. You know. So where the money there? Now, people want to see the level of corruption. So we are asking, right? Nothing wrong in terms of investigating Senior Superintendent of Police, right? Wayne Cameron. But we want to see you investigate this particular case, look at the evidence that you are presenting, and ask Darrell Vaz to explain what happened to the $1.4 billion. Darrell Vaz said we would have gotten all the bus, right, by July 2025. Darrell Vaz said we should have gotten all the bus. Now it extended to what? The first week of February. And trust me, we are not going to see no buses. So we're asking the Commissioner of Police, asking the DPP, the same interest that you have to investigate Senior Superintendent of Police, because you are dealing with justice now. We are asking you to look into this matter. That's all we are saying. Melting Pot.
Yeah, and that matter we need proper investigation. Because that matter were on the table before the election from last year. And no one can tell me, say, you go purchase 110 items. Yeah. Based on with the letter with Danville Walker, you know, confirmed to Vaz. 110 new buses. That wrong. That should be 60 all buses. Okay? Yeah. 60 all buses. Not 110. And them not new. But I saw them construct the letter. We make it look like, so well then, yeah, them gonna buy new buses. Second thing we're wrong with the figure where them put out. Them not get the 50 bus with that amount of money. Because the bus them are give away, basically. Them are ask people to take the bus to create space for the new fleet of buses. So, on a government to government basis, them would have get the bus them for nothing. All them have to do is just pay for bring them come to Jamaica. But them bus they never road word for Jamaica either. Because we see what happened when them go up on the road. And everybody in a Jamaica must see high level of scandal and embarrassment with Darrell Vaz and them counterpart them are going with in front of the bus with white rum and sprinkle and all a woman like she a pray. Yeah? What kind of something them here, Jamaican people? You not see it. You not see say that Wobia administration around the country. A administration we believe in a Poco, Wobia, voodoo, and all these type of things like sacrifice. It's an administration we're wrapped up in corruption, this. And so, once again, we have put it to the Commissioner of Police and the DPP. This is a case that needs urgent attention. Because this must not go like the other rest of corruption. Because I'll know not even the next 50 old bus no come at Jamaica. And everybody far and wide who have interest in a Jamaica know say Pumvas steal the money. Yeah? Steal the $1.4 billion. Cause me I tell them get the bus them for nothing. Them take the money and them use the money in a them election campaign. And this is why we cannot see the next 50 old bus coming at the island. And remember, I know, at several dates, Pumvas tell you say the bus them are going to be here in Jamaica. And I'll know within a February, tomorrow the 1st of February, and we can't see the buses them. You understand? When them bring the first, all drunk them coming at the place, them say by the beginning of the new school term, the rest them will be in Jamaica. That school term commence and end for the December holiday. And a new school term begin. And I'll know the next 50 old bus can come. So that is plain and obvious to everybody that that was a scam, that was a scheme, that was a corruption plan. Tough tongue, Pumvas must be held accountable. Must be held accountable. And we need swift action in pursuing justice for the taxpayers. Because this is cut and dry, open and close case. Remember, I know everybody was distancing themselves when the scandal broke out. Elijah, Danville Walker, Hugh Blake, everybody had distanced themselves. So why are these people of reputable qualification distancing themselves when a scandal come to the light of the nation? It must be that them know from earth to heaven, say a lie them a tell, and them steal the taxpayers' money, and them in a serious trouble. Because everybody distance themselves. Hugh Blake, where him represent J. Swift, him distant himself. Danville Walker, who do the signing off, him distant himself. Elijah, said them don't know nothing about it. But here is Pumvas coming and telling the Jamaican society that he might bring 110 new buses. Yeah? Pumvas need to come tell we what happened to the $1.4 billion. and why that $1.4 billion was never put through the process of proper procurement guidelines. Them come up with a thing like it's an emergency situation. Yeah? So them use emergency procurement guideline. And that Boomvaz want to tell we, But you cannot use emergency procurement guideline for such a vast amount of money. Jamaican people want to know that. That's stated in writing. You cannot come up with emergency procurement funding for such a project that costs that amount of money. It have to go through the proper vetted system. So Boomvaz have a lot to answer to, and it is plain and obvious what was done right there and then, and the commissioner and the DPP must bring this to the justice system early as possible. Yeah? This need to be called to the justice system like next week.
Exactly.
You don't need no deliberation over this. If you don't want the evidence, we have them around here. You can't check Sir Byron, you can't check Man of the Wilderness. And maybe other platform of them, but we sure we have every bit of the information. Every single bit surrounding this high level corruption. Yeah? And what is so disgraceful about it, a guy calling himself Minister of Transport, because I left the rest of them out of it. He have too much title. I'll use white rum. White rum in a people. I wet up the bus them. I've never seen that yet in my life. Nobody buy a car brand new and sprinkle white rum on it. None. So the fact say you see the garbage, I wet up the bus them with white rum. It tell us there's some old destruction in car coming out of the country. Old destruction. Them bus the park long time in the open lot. I give the government them, I give them way. And the nastiness implicate all the U.S. Transport Authority Department in it. Like them know about the sale of the bus. This is how lie and wicked them is. And we are saying we cannot have these people running out with them corruption and then a spin it to clear themselves when them corruption get exposed. Telling lie upon all counterpart in the United States. What can go so? And I know the commission privy to all of these information long time because them watch the program and them hear. Because they out there in the grapevine, everybody a talk about the old bus them. The old decommission bus them. You understand? We're not good for the environment. Because of the amount of carbon ignition we it give off. That C2O is not good to our environment, especially with young people going to school, elderly citizens. They cannot absorb this high toxic CO2 from the diesel. So tough, Boomvaz, you need to come talk to it. Once again, what happened to the next 50 old buses? Because you're silent, In regard to the old school bus, them you're gone silent now. When we used to hear bus off a bus, where them just come in and everybody I put up them thing on TikTok. People have all type of things to say about him, the operator them, who currently da move the people them. So them cannot be trusted. Start label the operator them as criminal, rapist and all them thing they and kidnapper. This is how bad this administration treat the Jamaican society. And people need to look on these things with open eyes. Because here is the taxi driver them and the minibus driver them that has been providing a service to the people them over Portland and wherever these old school decommissioned bus were being placed. But them start to ridicule the people them, calling them all type of narrative. Your kids not safe. All them type of thing there. But at the man them a move the people them all along. I don't know of any reputable, vetted minibus driver, taxi driver, yeah, who is going to, jeopardize them livelihood just to commit an assault against a Jamaican citizen, which is a passenger he might carry around. He will not do it. So if anything like that even happen, and you hear them say taxi man, because in them case I'm mostly taxi man. It's a fraud taxi man, not a certified taxi man where everybody know. Most of them offense they commit at night and them never take place in Portland either. But him just come out now to paint a picture, yeah, to justify the old bus them where I bring in. So just like him did have, the impetus to come out and make this big hullabaloo over the old bus them, we want him come talk to about the 50 buses, yeah, that was a part of the 110 that has not reached in Jamaica yet. And then when him come talk to and the commissioner hear him and the DPP, them must go for him. Him can't bigger than the law. That's why we don't want the selective justice business no more. That's why I like Google to break new ground and assure we say him have the powers and the authority to do what him do to Wayne Cameron. And me not critique that. I am not privy to what took place. But what I am saying is that I would like to see the same measures spread right across the board, regardless of who is who. Wherever your name is called upon corruption as it relates to theft and any other form of corruption like drugs and guns and all these things and ammunition and, anything as long as it fall foul of the line of Jamaica. We want people brought to justice where that is concerned. So, Commissioner, me a call you out and me not stop call you out till me see you start work the way for work, Me not stop beat you upon that subject, yeah. You got tired for your melting pot to ask you this question. So you better move swift and come to the action where you need to do. Yeah, it can't be Wayne Cameron alone you identify as a Jamaican who carry out them type of activity there. Too much height in front of your eye and itch up beside you. Pick the beam out of your eye before you pick it out of somebody else. So when you go out on a venture, who the around you commit them thing here, The Prime Minister cannot be certified from 1998 for melting pot. Other people have it from 2021. But we know from when him can't certified. But in any case, him cannot be certified. You know for a fact involved in a SSL. You know for a fact that was a corrupted fraud Ponzi scheme where the fraud people have them investment. Have you moved to Andrew Holness? Have you even considered to move towards Andrew Holness? I'm going to tell you one more thing when we want you to do. We have on record evidence that the former top cop, Owen Ellington, defrauded the Jamaican taxpayers by commissioning his own security service company up at the top of Maxfield Avenue, almost in front of the courthouse, people on your left-hand side going up. Him and his wife are run it. And what them do? Them use the state resource Them use the human resource from the Jamaica Constabulary Force and the machinery resource from the Jamaica Constabulary Force. God, them I use the personnel and the vehicle them. 100 million them get from the Chinese. Wabble the road. Ratcliffe Lewis, Broom. Remember the man tape, you know. Now the early morning conversation. Because Ellington wife about him up. And people, Ratcliffe Lewis, get this police officer, his name Brown, yeah, to construct a team of policemen to provide security for the Chinese. When the money for pay the man, them can't get the pay. So the man when he and Brown were in charge of getting the other rest of police them to farm the security for the Chinese. Them police they are come to him for them money. So him go to Ratcliffe Lewis and no, as a matter of fact, him go to Owen Ellington wife and she a bad him up. This is how them people are get powerful, you know. Remember, you know, put aside say she a Owen Ellington wife. She's a female and she a bad up a policeman. Because she knows she can do it. Because the power where them people are amassing at Jamaica, it's unbelievable. It's unreal. So anyhow, the man called Ratcliffe Lewis. Where Ratcliffe Lewis tell him Brown to get them man there, form that group of security personnel for the Chinese them, such and such. So them call Ratcliffe Lewis and I tell Ratcliffe Lewis we're going. Well, under that shock, you can't even, you know, disclose the thing that would have to hear that tape there. Something we're talking that's not normal, you know. Something we're talking at that not normal. But one of them day, me I get the full clipping. How me I couldn't hear it. So Owen Ellington must be brought to book by Google too. No two ways about that. Ellington and him wife and Ratcliffe Lewis, them defraud the country. You can imagine. The police them don't even have enough vehicle, nor police. But the vehicle them and the personnel them out there at the private work. We are garbage criminal like Guy Smiley, Owen Ellington, where everybody knows them participate in a contraband. Him and schoolboy Richie. Remember, run Owen Ellington from America, you know. Send him down and tell him to go resign. Because we know about that. So them are nobody. I remember Google too, and your family. But you can't leave no stone unturned. You open new ground in a Jamaica. And we see it. We know you have the power to investigate and arrest. We know you can't put people in front of the DPP for prosecution. So why you do it to Owen Ellington? And if you want, we play the thing, we're going to... All right. Sunday night pan City Hall, it a go play. So tune in. Tune in, Google too. Tune in, DPP, Mrs. Claudette Thompson. And we ask the whole of our family to tune in and digest that high-level corruption with Google too, family member. Carry out, and benefit to the tune of 100 million. Where the taxpayers get fit. They buy taxpayers money by the car them, you know. And taxpayers are pay them policeman there. We left them duty and go and work. The Ellington and him wife and Broom Ratcliffe Lewis. Yeah, and them just sit down and make a bag of millions. Just like that. Him no buy no vehicle. Him no recruit. No farmer security man for chain. Because what him want to do is provide the police them The Jamaican police them to the Chinese them, so them know a real security them again. So them money tall up, but them charge the Chinese them. Them are criminal. Them must be brought to justice. And I yield back the floor to you, my brother.
All right. Now, yes, Melting Pot. Let me just get into something. Jamaica people, I wanted to look on this. Something just came into me. And, you know, while Melting Pot was talking, I'm trying to really make that process through my head. I just got a video that I'm going to share. I don't know how truthful this video is, but it is saying 12 police killings in 48 hours. And people, look at this, right? This just came into me. Not a part of the program, but I'm going to play it for people to see. 12 police killing in 48 hours. Mighty God, what is going on in Jamaica? This is unbelievable.
We need help, we need help. Jack, we need help. We need help, we need help. We need help, TikTok. I'm down. Why me do this away? I got no even can't find me the fling it. I got to kill it because somebody call Tashana. Somebody call Tashana make you get liar. Somebody call Tashana. Me not talk to him and your sister you not win. Somebody call Tashana. They run me out by scene. Call Tashana, call Tashana. Tashana say liar. Innocent, they kill me because of one of them they say innocent and he don't do nothing. They hear me brother. Brother call Tashana. You don't be here. You don't be here. They kill him and the man you do not. You want them. Sit down, go make police kill him in front of you. Kill the bomb up. Just sit down, man. Let go kill me. The people them up on the life of what they go on. Let go the blood clot. Let the people know it. What happened? Yeah, my video we shot the blood there, guys. No gun over there. No, them go plant you over there. No shot no over there. Yeah. Go on, they put gun over there. My dream seat, man. Control that. Yo, none of them can lick tires. I'm telling you that. Can't rush it, can't dash. Can't do it, dash. I'm can't dash. Let me do it. And the outcome after. And the outcome after. Yo, go along down there. They paper spray people have to catch you. I'm not going near them. They can't see down there. I'm not going near them. Listen, guys. Listen, guys, I'm just showing away blood there. I'm not getting the come. I'm not getting the come. Somebody call Tashana. I'm not call Tashana so they don't kill die. Call Tashana. Call him. They will kill your time. I'll tell life by you. Welcome. Three back part Island. See where Adi live here. See where he live here TikTok. See where he live here. See where he live here TikTok. See where he live here. See where he live here. Guys, see where he live here. They mash up all in window. See where he live here. And they mash up all in window. Just to kill him. See the TikTok. And take him out of the house. And can't go over way over the so kill him. TikTok. TikTok. Yes, who are in the country come? Who are in the come? Who are in the country come? We'll send calling.
Hold on. I mean, bitch. No. What is going on in Jamaica? 12 police killings in 48 hours. And majority of these killings fitting a pattern. The police went into the homes of these individuals, right? Have them in their custody, and then them end up dead. No, something serious is going on in Jamaica. Something serious is going on in Jamaica You all have brothers, you all have sisters, and so forth and so forth. What is going on? We look at several clips and see where the police, right, have these people in their custody. Custody. For many of them, if it wasn't the help of a camera, we would know the truth. And then we hear the police reported that, you know, they draw a gun on them and so forth and so forth. No, the situation is just getting out of hand. Out of hand. We're in a civilized country. Jamaica is 4,411 square miles. We are in the Caribbean. Anywhere in the Caribbean that any other Caribbean country police officers killing 12 people within 48 hours. The Commissioner of Police don't see something, don't see anything wrong with this. Umbrella group of churches don't see nothing wrong with this. PSOJ don't see anything wrong with this. What sort of society are we living in? This is really, really, boy, nerve-wracking. Really, really, really nerve-wracking. Right? Unbelievable. But, you know my take, people. This is my take. If you should just sum up all of the people that the police killed, and let us put it this way. If you look at all of the money that the JLP administration, as it relates to billions of dollars unaccounted for, billions of dollars that they are robbing every day. And yet, you have some innocent youth being killed for nothing at all. Their life. Let me ask you a question. Is it a situation that where you come from speaks to how long you live in Jamaica? Now we have to ask that question. Is it a situation as it relates to where you come from speaks to how long you live in Jamaica relating to the youth there? Because I am not seeing, as it relates to Cherry Gardens and those rich community in Jamaica, those affluent communities in Jamaica, I am not seeing those people's sons being dragged out of their homes. I am not seeing any police going into their homes and killing their children. I am just not seeing it. I am just not seeing it. I am speaking specifically to where you see on video, where you have more than 10 policemen went to this house. The young man ran out of the house with his hands above his head, both hands above his head. And then they took him back inside. And the next thing I hear say, he was going for gun. And he was killed. Now that guy who was killed was a bartender, having a 9-to-5 job. So then, let me ask the question. Your matter of survival depending on where you live. And so then if you live in the poor garrison communities, your lifespan can be very short. Jamaica, I can't get it. I can't get it as it relates to 12 persons being killed by the police in 48 hours. How can that cement in my head? I just don't get it. Pat, you have anything to say on it before we move?
Yes, man.
All right, Pat.
Because I want to remind my people about the Labour Party, you know. Yeah, because every time we take to the platform and we put out what we put out, you know, it seems like it a fall upon some deaf ears in a Jamaica. You understand? I will remind them say Buster rage war against Rasta back in the days. Trim them and kill them and beat them and all type of things. Now is Andrew raging war and the ghetto youths them. Are the same for the same. You understand? So we have to look on it once again and point out to the people in Jamaica say the Jamaica Labour Party is an evil party. It's a party that believe in lighting candle table, Pocomania thing, Obia thing, sacrificial thing. So blood have to run. Blood have to run. Remember, Eddie Seaga did believe say Kappa couldn't dead, you know. Kappa was a Mobia man who come from St. Thomas. Kappa have an inchman named Maga man with him. And them carry out them thing down at Tibali Garden. Yeah? They used to call them the Sabaka wall. Down there them used to carry it out, you know. Them time the garden not built up yet. It not name Tibali Garden, it name Baka wall. And so them use them type of method yeah, to control the people them. And when them can't control them, them destroy them. Yeah? No, we can't have in a small country like Jamaica. Yeah? I remember, I know, you have to do the calculation of the society. You have to take out the little young band baby them. We are going to school when I do not. Yeah, machine. And you have to take out the senior citizens them. We work them days, build Jamaica and now and retire. Yeah? And you have to go in a society again and take out the next middle class where them people let them belongs in the church. So what percentage of people in a Jamaica are carry out criminal activity that the police them have them numbers there in a 48 hours? It cannot be. So we know this is a systematic, high-level corruption against Jamaican citizens by the Andrew Wallace administration. That's why all of them top policemen that input them with them there, you know. Remember you have Richard Stewart, you know, Assistant Commissioner of Police, you know, in charge of crime. But him a run dead squad long time for them there on spear. Him take out 1 year rifle and many more. But are them in charge at the echelon in the GSCF. So we can't get no better than this. When I hear my Jamaican people in them community, where them supposed to call home, where them supposed to relax and do whatever them do. Yeah, have a quiet night, afternoon or morning. But them are crying. Help. But who them a turn to in the come a dog without teeth? Them a facilitate at the same crime. Where the garbage them coming out in the community are orchestrated and carry out for one. Indicom cannot help. And Indicom will not help. Because Indicom is corrupted. The labor regime is corrupted. It's only the PMP can help. So if you cry for PMP, not Indicom. Indicom is a part of the GSCF. Is Jamaican people getting justice from the JCF? No. Long time now. That come off of the table. No justice to get the people. But where the bowel of the JCF come from? Where the meat and the belly of the JCF come from? Same ghetto. There is not one Beverly Hill young man, not one Sterlingite, not one of them hillside community where you see no youth from up there so in the police force. And them not get gunned down. Them isolated. Like how you see the Chinese them. Look how much Chinese and Indian expatriate in Jamaica. Have we heard one been murdered by the state? Jamaica no need to wake up. This is shit happening in the country. You don't have to come out and follow the road. Demonstration. It's time. You do too quiet and you don't have a call for Indicom. Indicom now help you, I'm sorry. But me have to tell you the truth. Indicom a part of the problem. Indicom won't solve them. The People's National Party, under the leadership of Sir Mark Jefferson Golding, will provide a canvas that will solve the problem. Because changes have to make. We have to do a complete sweep out of the GSCF and the Labour Party government. Complete sweep out. And my Jamaican people, I want to keep video footage evident, Because if you don't want justice, you get it from the People's National Party. Them now ramp when them come in and form government. Me can't tell you that. So we are begging to hold on the footage. God, that's the only time we can get justice for the people when we start send with them nasty criminal, worthless police boy. Send them go to prison. Send them go get killed too. You understand? Because them are shit. Them no police, them are criminal. They are Andrew force. Andrew create a new force. The whole heap of gun where them bring in, We know them out there. We know them out there. Them a do all type of activity with them. Some are sell, some give them to police for plan. When them come murder the youth, them plant the gun, them have a whole heap of gun a plant now. You understand? So we want to ask the question. At this Jamaica come to? At this at the prosperity where the garbage Andrew Wallace promised the people? Jamaican people now get the prosperity. Archer, I get the prosperity. Him I do the pathology. Him have the undertaker. They will make millions and billions in killing out to people. Whoever won Duff cut and murderers, them can't sell land. So they do now. Them are buried dead pan top of dead. You bury all the dead in a hole when you go back there next man or a criminal dead on your top of your mother. All them way there. Because it becomes a lucrative business for the whole of them out there. Archer. Go see Fee bank account. I remember who I'm affiliated to. Tough tongue. So this is a systematic thing where them orchestrate. Because so corruption running up. Corruption can't run through a single entity, It has to be covered by multiple entities, individual and places. So when we see them thing here, one solution for Jamaican people. We don't have to vote. We don't have to care. I'm telling you something. We don't have to move the garbage Labour government out of the space. It's only People's National Party can come in and restore back order and pride in Jamaica. Yeah? Restore back honesty and trust within the society, especially when it comes to civil servants. Right now, we have a pirate house. Cause that's what them label it as. And them turn it into that a pirate house. And it's a pity my comrade people them have unite to them. Cause just look now. Them all back in Nasi Mumakau. You see criminal Danville Walker. You see Pumvas. You see Tufta. I be a criminal in there. You understand? And criminal will destroy anywhere them go. So now we see them, turn it up on the ghetto youth them from last year. Yeah? Because our Andrew realized that the people them reject him. Me I tell you that. Him know if he never steal the election, he wouldn't be the prime minister and him party wouldn't be in power. So him a carry out retribution. He's destroying the youths them. Because remember, we eyes no fool, When you look on the rally and see the wave of orange, unbelievable. Him take note of that. And him realize that the people has lost trust and faith with them having at him. And them reject him. So him a do a carry out retribution. I yield back the floor to you, Sir Byron.
All right. Now, melting pot. Now, let us show, when we talk about Big Mama, the passa and the scandal, and TVJ follow behind them. Now, my Jamaican people, who wake up, who come here, who come look on the big old dirty apology now. You remember, so they mix up the PNP, right, in a procurement situation at the UHWI. People, guess what? Them apologize. You look on these people. Boy, I know some melting pot you want to see this. Look on this here. Come look on these people. Big Mama getting with him all dirty liner. You know watch this?
Involving the PNP's Region 3 chairman and member of parliament for East Central St. Andrew, Dennis Gordon, in relation to a procurement scandal. This information was incorrect. Neither Mr. Gordon nor any company associated with him has been implicated in the procurement scandal. TVJ News regrets the error and apologizes to Mr. Gordon for the erroneous report.
Now, Jamaican.
And it's time now for the responses from our friends on Facebook and X.
Now, Jamaican people, them are people have to get sued. We now just accept the that apology. Melting pot, let me say.
Yeah, man. Them forget to
melting pot. You see when we talk about Big Mama, Joyce Davis, and all of them over there. Because they scandal the money. One company is this and that, and them zero in for them, Even through the press conference. You understand? Them are zero in and ask question pertaining to that. I hear now. Want to see now? Want to see?
A germs, man. Them are germs, Sir Byron.
Want to see the level? Want to see the level of... No. Andrew Wallace them, Big Mama them and Joyce Davis talking about misinformation, disinformation, and watch that. TVJ. Come out now and apologize. People.
But hold on, Sir Byron. The garbage journalist Robinson from TVJ, she asked Marky G the question about the individual,
Yes.
Because she just stoked the fire. Then you have the other garbage when you Cleveland Campbell from over Nancy Big Mama come and ask about the same question. Marky G just style him. Marky G just said to him, say, well, I would like first to offer my condolences to Big Mama. And done with the piece of shit.
Yes. You know, continue to talk, melting pot, I'm going on.
Yeah, because, I mean, my people, you see, when it comes to corruption, them a producer, the journalists, them, me a talk with in a Jamaica. Because all of them, sponsored by the sponsored. Yeah? So, when you look on it, you see what we are saying now, Labour government a run money for all of them. Some of them are the mouthpiece now for the Labour Party, for the criminal leader Andrew Holness. So anything you see them run out and them attack the People's National Party and them attack members from the People's National Party. Them attack people who speak the truth, yeah, regarding Jamaica. Because when we come around us and we attack, our message is all about cleaning up Jamaica, building back Jamaica, and preserving Jamaica for Jamaicans. Yeah? And we don't care who in a government, if you're not perform, we are going to beat you. Yeah? Because that's how it's supposed to go. Because we not deal with no selective politics. You understand? We are deal with justice round here. So when you see them have the country in the predicament, the high level scandal and corruption, we are mount up on the Jamaica Labour Party. A big mama them, you see run out and some more little garbage journalists them, with them itch up all over the place and I ask nonsensical question to the leader of the opposition when that wasn't the motion of the day. The motion of the day was to talk about what is taking place at the institution that represents the region, the University of the West Indies, yeah, which is a certified, accredited institution that train doctors and nurses and give them worldwide acceptance certificate. And them want to run it down like it's a shed and not an institution. So when Marky G, Nikita Burchell, and Dr. Alfred Dawes put what them for put out there, the garbage journalists them, we are get sponsor from the sponsors. Yeah, I run out and I ask stupid question. But Sir Marky G is a gentleman. Him try to deal with them in an amicable way, But then Robinson asks him a question and him done deal with Robinson. And Cleveland Campbell from over Big Mama come ask the same question but I spin it. Marky G just tell him so right now, all I have to say is condolences to Big Mama. And done with him. But when we have to look on Jamaican people, yeah? And this is very serious. You see the media in any country, it is charged with a high level of responsibility, The media is the source of information. And when you have a media house in a Jamaica, where the people can't trust, yeah? The people have to come on social media, come on platform like Sir Byron, Man of the Wilderness, Rattigan, and many more. Yeah? ABR, Attack the Press, Talk Your Mind, Partner Draw. Yeah? And that's what the people might find comfort where information is concerned. They see the garbage them want to attack us. But no, yeah? Because them want to attack social media, using the rhetoric of misinformation and disinformation. Who have put out misinformation, people? Who wanna see I put out misinformation and want to cause mayhem around the People's National Party and its affiliate? Why implicate Dr. Alfred Dawes? So, we have to call a spade, and we have to say enough is enough, man. Yeah? At time for this garbage administration, leave the political arena in Jamaica. Jamaica want free out of the hand of the Pharaoh leader, the dictator guy, the corrupter, the liar, the deceiver, the destructor. Jamaica want free out of them hands. If we not free Jamaica out of them hands, we not have no Jamaica. We have to free Jamaica. Get rid of them garbage. Take back the thing, them do some real investigation into most of them sales agreement activity there with them carry out. And take back we asset them and we land and we see. Jamaica is too small to share to the world. Jamaica should be only welcome in the world. People from all over. we have a little tiny island in the Caribbean, but we are share it up. And this is where the high level of corruption come in. Here, this is where it all festered from. And see it move now, spread out, gone at the ministry them, yeah? And the ministry them were supposed to stand up for the people in the country, you know. All it do is hurt the people, and the people now get no service from none of the ministry them. But every year the people have to put this huge amount of money in the tax fund and now get nothing for it. The garbage leader angle the people in Jamaica like them and nobody. And respect all the foreigners that are coming to the place. And Jamaican people have to wise up to that. Now is the time. Now is the time to come out and stand up against this administration. Because them are doing too much now. And there must be an end to all of this corruption and these people participating in our public office. I yield back the floor to you, Sir Byron.
Why, let me tell you something. I am going to show you something in terms of what is going on. Here, TVJ went in and apologized. But this case again with the senior superintendent Cameron want to even appear more to be very personal, you know. I have just gotten something that came into me. And I'm going to show you that this thing really look personal. That the commissioner, without the case, remember, I know, that the commissioner, right, and the DPP charge the SSP, and so then the case is in court. But you are going to see now that the commissioner sent out a force order, you know, passing judgment. And Superintendent Cameron, before the court even tried, you know. This cannot be right. No,
Can't be right.
This cannot be right. This just cannot be right. Look on the judgment what the Commissioner of Police sent out in a force order. Here it is. So I'm not lying, I just got it. I just got this. Look at it. Let me just pick it up so the people can see it.
Increase it a little more.
Eh?
Increase it some more.
Okay. Want to do due diligence. Due diligence.
Yeah, that's
good. Melting pot?
Yeah, man, that wonderful.
Now here it is. The Commissioner Kana. And this is what the commissioner now is saying. No, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Right? The case not even tried. Here the commissioner. Credibility and public trust. How individual actions affect the entire force. Greetings, my distinguished colleagues. I trust that your week has been fulfilling and progressive, both at home and at work, as we continue to work assiduously to tame this crime monster. Let me encourage you to also ensure that the things at home with your families are fully attended to, because when all is said and done, families are what matters most. We have to always ensure that we balance family and work. And so, as we move forward, let us keep in mind that our effectiveness as police officers depends not only on operational success, but also on maintaining balance in our personal lives. Family and well-being must never be treated as secondary matters. Because when those areas are neglected, it eventually weakens us on the job. Use the system in place, reach out when support is needed, and ensure that you are fit mentally, emotionally, and physically for the responsibility we carry every day. Now, even while we are facing some recent unfortunate situation. Now, this is where now, you understand, he's going to now critique the man. Even while we are facing some recent unfortunate situation and challenges. Remember, you know, the man put before a court, the man to try it, you know. And here's the commissioner of police passing judgment on the man, you know. Hear what he said. Your resilience in taming this crime monster is evidenced by yet another lowest in over 30 years today. With 1 day to go in January, murder stands at 32. You represents a 54% reduction over the same period last year and more than 30 years low for a month. Let us continue to manage these challenges while remaining focused on our mission, because challenges will come and we have to ensure that we do not allow them to distract us even while we treat with them. Now, much of the challenges that we have faced are caused by our very own. Now, hear it now, melting pot. Hear it now, melting pot. And hear it now, our listeners. Much of the challenges that we have faced are caused by our very own. They are self-inflicted. These are the ones that provide the greatest risk of destruction and disappointment. In an early corner, we discussed the importance of discipline in representation and its particular significance in disciplined organization such as the JCF. You know, have no discipline commissioner. Because with what the commissioner of police are going with what them are going with the UHWI, with what them are going with, right, as it relates to Daryl Valls, you know, have no discipline. We reminded ourselves that which represent must be a reflection of what which is represented. Our officer corps represent the highest levels of discipline and leadership in the organization. And so any subset of this group that is selected to represent must reflect the characteristics of the group. Colleagues, this is non-negotiable. Now, there's absolutely no place in representation for persons who lack integrity, lack discipline, lack credibility, and lack honesty. If this is the case, why Patrick Bailey has not been arrested? No, never before have we had to be concerned about such challenges, and as such, great autonomy and latitude have been afforded former representatives, especially those who have held leadership roles. We never envisioned that someone who has been selected by this distinguished group to lead representation would allow themselves to be the subject of investigation. Now, remember me telling you, people, the court case not done yet, you know. The case that even start try it, you know. And here is the commissioner of police now. You understand? I mean, the bombardment with embarrassment. Look at this. We never envisioned that someone who has been selected by this distinguished group to lead representation would allow themselves to be the subject of investigation and be charged for fraud concerning your contributions with which they were entrusted. Now, you tell me now that if the superintendent went on to win this case, and this what you are saying now, I mean, nastying up the man's character, partially defaming the man's character. Now, notwithstanding that we were blindsided by this unexpected situation, so my claim said the man guilty. You know? As commissioner and being accountable to you and the public, I had to make a decision that may not have been popular, but was absolutely necessary. My decision generated significant public discourse, where many ascribe several unpleasant motives for my action. You're an embarrassment. You shouldn't put out something like this. where the man is before a court. The man's case has not been tried. He has not been found guilty. And you are convicting the man in this. I committed to you in one of my earlier corners that I will be transparent in my internal communication to you and provide you with better information on the issue when I am in position to do so. Well, colleagues, today I am, so you can remove the doubts from your minds that my decision was based on anything other than yours and the organization protection. So that means you confirm now. You are confirming now, Commissioner, that the man is guilty without a trial. This is what this report is saying. You are accusing the man to be guilty. You are not anticipating due process for you to come out and make statement like this while the man is in a court and the court not even the trial begin. And you are passing down judgment. This I tell me say you have a personal vindictiveness towards the man. I would have been negligent to knowingly allow this to continue because of the fear of backlash and disapproval. See, some among you are future assistant commissioners, deputy commissioners, and commissioners. And as leaders, we must never let popularity get in the way of right decision. So why you not make the right decision and investigate Andrew Honest? Or hypocrite? Dirty hypocrite. Why you not make the same decision and investigate Darrell Vaz? This is what you are saying. As leaders, we must never let popularity get in the way of right decision. Even when it is hard. This is what you are saying. So then why you not make the decision in investigating Andrew Honest? Why you not make the decision in investigating Darrell Vaz? Now, colleague, again, I remind us that leadership and representation must never be used as a stage for self-interest and grandstanding. That is exactly what you are doing. That is exactly what you are doing. The decisions that are easy are hardly what leaders are selected and paid handsomely for. Yes, and Jonas, make sure they pay you handsomely. You understand, for your level of corruption. It is for your ability to make right and necessary decisions with little concern for its effect on you personally. And so if your first order of business is self-preservation rather than the interests of the organization and its members, you are better off staying away from leadership position, even all of the threat name on them. Mighty God, what sort of commissioner of police are you? Eh? What sort of commissioner of police are you? Imagine, Pat. What sort of commissioner of police? You want to address it, Martin Pat?
Yes, man, I wear say, man, so we are chatting through the night, man. Him and no commissioner, you know. A piece of shit that. But, you know, so him do a while ago with the case. Him just corrupt the case. Him compromise the trial. Him compromise the trial, you know. Anyway, it's not the world that case you fling out a court. Me not ask him and tell him, you see that where you just put up there?
Yes.
That would constitute that this can't go to trial no more. You understand? Based on the thing that we're putting at that.
Mighty goodness.
No. You hear him say in his statement, yeah, that them are tame the crime monster. So I'm refer to Wayne Cameron as a crime monster. Now I want to ask a piece of shit if him have any conclusive evidence of what him put forward against Wayne Cameron. Because him better, you know. Him better have it. Because him try the case already. So it no need to go trial. Him convict the man.
Yes.
Him convict the man. Which is so wrong. Now, if you put something, yeah, on the DPP table, and the DPP set a date for trial, which is February the 12th, when you have come out the 31st of January, I put out this not going away. I mean, like the judge now, me throw that case here, completely dash it out of the system. Because I'm literally trying the case. He label the man as a crime monster. Yeah. But I want to know if him search that way, he must say about Cameron. Because right now, me have it as alleged, you know. Me have it as alleged. So he must have to come with video footage.
Why have it as?
Yeah. He must have to come provide some real, concrete evidence, footage and everything like that, and fingerprint. You understand? Because even the phone did keep in our safe, you know. Other people can go in there, regardless of him in charge of it as well, Mr. Cameron in charge of the POA funds. Other people can have access to it. Them can set it up like that. Yeah? Because if it's a key, all you have to do is have a duplicate. Or you did have one before where Cameron never knew about. And you send your people them go thief out the cookie and blame it on Cameron. So make sure you have footage. Nasty Google too. Make sure you can back up what you say. Because me I tell you, you know, if you can back up that, you know, a bread and butter for Cameron take away everything from you in a lawsuit.
Exactly, Martin, Pat, because for him to come out and berate the man like that, you understand, send it through all the members within the police force. You understand? It's embarrassing, and yet the case has not been tried as yet.
The case not tried.
So what happened to due process? What happened to due process?
That's why I'm saying compromise the case already, muddy the water. Me as the judge, me fling that out. Me fling that out of court. You try the case already. Or you can have letters circulating to members and talking about taming the crime monster. That is referring to Wayne Cameron, you know. Taming the, and him use it twice. Twice in him let him use it. But here is this piece of shit that talk about family values. When him go mash up the man married life over Portmore. By having the man wife on a weekend excursion. Drink and drunk and do all type of Nancy Cobweb and crash all vehicle and, you know, show no remorse for the other motorists were involved in the crash. This piece of shit that can come talk about family values and honesty, and transparency and all them words the way I use. When the man will employ him is a criminal, number 1 5-star criminal in the country. We rob the most money in the entire Caribbean hemisphere. Not even Henry Morgan thief the amount of money with Andrew Holy Steve. Not even Henry Morgan. I mean, I joke. But him, a film right-hand man. Right now, Andrew, the security minister, got an nasty crab, got hide from him years of extradition order there on the table at the DPP. And him know him in it. So him gonna hide. So when you see this piece of shit here, droopy, come out and circulate letters to the members them. Yeah. That involve a member as well. Wayne Cameron is a member of the police force. So what you do now, you are make sure no say you tarnish Wayne Cameron reputation amongst all other members. And using terms of preference that you know that some people is not in agreement with you. But you have to come in and do this, that, and clean up the place and make sure it run good. When you not clean up the whole of the ministry them. Clean up the ministry them. When you not clean the force of the criminal murderer policeman where Andrew Hollis them train and dumping at the force. Since you want to show yourself, say you're somebody. But we know you're a piece of shit.
And the
You
same
whole
behavior,
family background.
same behavior executed against Rowan James. You know, you remember Rowan James?
Yes.
Very same behavior.
Yeah, very same behavior we're looking at. The similarity is no difference, my brother. You understand? Once you is not wrapping up with them and colluding with them not like you. Them say you belong over there, so. Well, we know Jamaica is a democratic society, so you must have two parties or more. It's not a dictatorship country, piece of shit. But remember, you put in a new system in place. Now, see, droopy Google too, where you are moving to clean up corruption. You just said in that statement where you send around. And you even tell the young policeman them say all of them can be acting commissioner, inspector, superintendent, and commissioner. So you are saying the right thing, but are you doing the right thing?
Here you go.
You are saying the right thing, but are you nasty, droopy, Google to doing the right thing? It can't be. Because we see it in front of our eye every day. It unfolds in front of our eye. There is no commissioner in any state in the United States of America when police them go out and analyze the citizens them at the alarming rate of where your criminal policemen them are carrying out in Jamaica.
12 in 48 hours.
12 in 48 hours, my God. This one international intervention. This one international intervention, like the Human Rights Association. This one representative from the Hague to come down and take a look at what's going on in Jamaica. Because I tell this garbage here, the last proper commissioner Jamaica see, Mark Shields, and him assistant commissioner Green. Remember them they put up Andrew Wallace, to get charged. The recommendation was made that several...
Melting Pot, Andrew Wallace or James Robertson?
James Robertson, I mean.
James Robertson. Okay, correct.
James Robertson. Yeah.
Yes.
The recommendation was made, yeah, that James Robertson must be charged. And what happened? What happened? What happened? What's Strike 5 do with that? Strike 5 put that in a file 13. Okay? And that's the reason why Mark Shield and him assistant Green, them left the place.
Exactly.
That is the reason why them left, because them state that,
Yes.
Them state it. You understand? So, we are asked the question, and we are asked it on a broad scale. Yeah? What is wrong with our justice system as it relates to people born and growing at Jamaica who say they want to serve Jamaicans? Because Mark Shields, a man from UK, and him assistant as well, but them didn't come on a show how the work supposed to be done. But everybody where you get from in a Jamaica and put them there, so them just wallow in the drum of corruption. Wallow in the drum of corruption. Them take a bath every day. Where you look and see all big, nasty, ugly, Strike 5 becomes the pinnacle of corruption in the country as a woman. Don't have no belly pain for the mothers them that lose them son, and for the young ladies them that losing them spouse. No regard. and she's a woman. It shows you the type of system we are run Jamaica. These people are not normally, civil-minded people. They have a different side to them. And I'm asking myself the question, are the cold movement where them attach themselves to, where the blood have to run? Me I ask the question, Jamaican people. I'm asking the question, if it's the cold movement that attach itself, or the Jamaican Labour Party attach itself to the cold movement, why so much blood have here running in Jamaica? God, this must be sacrificial.
I don't know what is going on.
This must be sacrificial. You can't have a little island. We don't even have 3 million people. But blood not stop run. The street them stained with blood. The lane them stained with blood. The avenue them stained with blood. Even in the bush them, the man that carry the people them go stain the place with blood. And this garbage Jupiter tell me about transparency and clean up and this, that, like him come to make a difference. The only difference we make is carrying out a vendetta against Wayne Cameron, and that we are seeing in front of our eye. Because you can't have a case in front of the judge where the trial date set for the 12th of February. But you are right. And I send out circulation amongst the members of the GSCF, incriminating Wayne Cameron as a crime monster. You mad? The judge will throw the case there. We have said to the judge, throw this case, I'm compromising. And I yield back the floor to you, Sir Byron.
All right, Brother Melting Pot. We are going to touch some fire now. Now, people, we know so we don't like to listen to him, Unlike, you understand, give him, any much of our, substantial time. But we have to hear him and show him, you understand, that he's a hypocrite. Now, look at this, people. Look at this, my Jamaican people. Look on this. Let us listen to what Andrew Onis is saying here. Right? Let us look at this. Listen. Oh,
two elements to the public safety issue in Jamaica. The first element is organized criminal enterprises that use violence for economic and social control. We euphemistically call them gangs. Now, they are not some disadvantaged youngsters who are on the fringe of the society. No. These are people organized for illicit activity, whether it is human trafficking, drugs, other contraband, cyber, all kinds of things. And they take life in the pursuit of their economic activities, or they seek to control communities to cover their illicit activities. If unchecked, they become a challenge to the state. In other words, they become another power that could challenge the state. I want to put it in context. That is what was happening in Jamaica. Criminal enterprises were challenging the state. Whenever that happens, if it is not checked, the end result of it is Haiti. Now, if you look across several countries in South America, most recently Guatemala, before it was El Salvador, Honduras, we had that problem, Peru, Ecuador, all of those countries have that problem. Right in our region, Trinidad, the Turks and Caicos, St. Kitts, St. Lucia, all of them had that problem. The narrative is very limited and does not acknowledge that we face that threat. But I am not fooled, neither am I deterred by the shallow narratives that are in the public space about what we have to do to reduce this threat, this very real national security threat. There are two elements to the public safety.
Take him away. So this is how him twist the truth, twist the facts. Because let us ask the question, my Jamaican people. Andrew Honest, in terms of what he just said, his deputy prime minister, let us start the truth now, let us get into it. His deputy prime minister came out in WikiLeaks cable, Kingston 05 cable. For what? That his deputy prime minister involved in the transshipment of drugs and guns. Let me ask a question. Let me ask our Jamaican brothers and sisters this. The shipload and the boatload of cocaine, what we see. The plane load. Plane what fly through and where our radar system, right? Not picking it up. The organization around bringing in drugs in the island. We have more than 3 planes. 3 planes landed in Jamaica with drugs. And no one being caught. You have the Ian Fleming Airport under Andrew Honest administration. Much bill of drugs. What Andrew Honest attacks it? So now because you have killed out the youth them. Because you have killed out the youth them now. You want to switch it now to say, okay, all right. The ghetto youths them are the ones them who shipping the gun, who shipping the ton load of cocaine, who they run. Where don't you get money from? Let me ask you a question, Andrew Honest. We are there to get money from. And let me ask you another question. Have you seen any of them youth your name come out in our WikiLeaks? No, your one deputy minister name come out in our WikiLeaks. Am I lying? Remember, Cuba sent message to United States Embassy. I may have the evidence, we're going to show it tonight. Cuba sent message to the United States. Said Jamaica authority is not interested in fighting drugs. Let me ask you a question. The ghetto youth them what you want to kill out now, are they Jamaican authority? The ghetto youth them what you kill out. The ghetto youth them what you hold and have them kneel on them knees and kill them out. Let me ask you, are they the authority? So when Cuba send the information to the United States, and when them Cuba talk about, me never know say when them Cuba talk about. And now you're the platform, you understand? Want to line up on the youth them and kill them off? What you have with the youth them? What you have with the youth them? The videos what we are show extrajudicial killing. And you and the commissioner of police, they talk about something else. But people who shoot off our police, and that you are talking about. We are talking about extrajudicial killing. Now you come out on a big platform, want to give now leverage to the police and tell the public them say the reason why these you've been killed because they're involved in what? Drugs, the shipment of drugs and guns. And if you don't mind sharp, them overshow the country's authority and turn years so worse than 80. Then Andrew Honest, hold on there. Let me not understand. Then why the reason? Let me ask you a question, Andrew Honest. Why the reason of a strong name in our WikiLeaks? And why the reason of a strong name upon extradition? Eh? Why the reason? Now, let me show the public, you understand, as it relates to how hypocritical you are. And you want to find reasons to kill out the youth them. Now, let us look at this, honey. Yes. Bring up this. Make a show John public. You understand what Cuba they talk about Jamaica. For under the Bruce Golding government. Cuba they talk about the JLP government. From under the Bruce Golding government to your government. Yes.
Auditing Seaga. You sure that one for the Cuba?
No. That is Seaga.
Asking.
Now let us get into that. Yes, this is it. Leak US. Yeah. Now let us show the people them. Unbelievable. Eh? You want to blame the youth them. So me never know say the youth them around the boatload of cocaine. Right? Me never know say the youth them they turn Ian Fleming Airport in one cocaine destination. Me never know that. I never know say the ghetto youth them. Boy, me have to start really and truly scrutinize the ghetto youth them, because I never know say the ghetto youth them are turn Ian Fleming Airport in a cocaine location. Now see the paper, see the evidence here, and Cuba the same correspondence from 2010 for in a Bruce Golding GLP government. Leak USK to Cuba concern about Jamaica drug smugglers. A U.S. diplomatic cable release by WikiLeaks suggests that Cuba complained to the United States about Jamaica's apparent lack of cooperation in the fight against drugs. This cable here, is it talking about the youth that what you are talking about, Andrew? Now, the cable dated August 2009 and published by the Guardian newspaper says Jamaican officials ignore Cuba's concerns to engage them on the issue of smugglers. Did it say the Jamaican youths? Did it say the Jamaican youths? What the cable said? The cable dated August 2009 under Bruce Golding. Right? And published by the Guardian newspaper says what? It never said the youth them in. It says Jamaican officials ignored Cuba's concern to engage them on issue of smugglers using its airspace and waters to transport narcotics, ultimately destined for the United States. So let me ask you a question, Andrew. Not long time we don't have the system there in place. Eh? Why so much guns that come to the country and drugs find itself at a particular wharf where a GLP councillor, manager own that area? Why drugs and guns and ammunition always come and ending up down at that place where the GLP councillor? Why you don't move to arrest the GLP councillor? May I tell you about you, man? The cable reports Cuban officials voice frustration that their neighbor to the south ignored Cuba's attempt to increase the flow of drugs-related information between the two countries. You hear that? People don't hear that? It also says Cuban officials ultimately blame the United States for the drug problem caused by high demand in that country. See it here? Jamaica Prime Minister Bruce Golding issued a statement Thursday saying Cuban Interior Minister officials had voiced the same concern to his government last year. Right? And the Cuban officials have not stopped on doing it. Even throughout Andrew Holness administration, and now no one to come hide it, so no get extradition. Extradition upon the DPP desk. Take this away on it. So when you come out now, I want to shape a lie, want to shape your narrative. So now them look on the innocent ghetto youth them now. Giving the police them reason now to go kill them off. Me I wonder if you know have, if Tufton, right, is making money from the youth them dead. Because me say him have debt own business in a St. Catherine, you know. How white name again, Melting Pot?
Archer.
Archer. It is alleged that you have shares in Archer, you know. And so then the more dead body goes in Archer, the more the profit increase. So what you want to put on the youth them for as a reason to kill them off, to send them go to Archer, so they can't make any money. You tell me, if them get a youth there, do their own boat, do their own plane, at them own Ian Fleming's airport, I want to know if them own Ian Fleming's airport. Now, Melting Pot, let me make you come hammer them here, my brother. Come in, Melting Pot, pan one.
Well, it pained me when me hear the garbage Andrew Holness come out and I do press conference. Yeah? Where everything I come out, I'm out cosmetic. The narrative where him I put out is like the people from in the ghetto I cause me him in the society. Yeah, and them I import the drugs. And them I import the gun and the ammunition. And them I carry out the high level of corruption. I want to ask Andrew, under which administration the two international airports was divested from the hands of the government of Jamaica and placed in foreign investors' hands? Under which administration? Yeah?
Bruce Bolin.
We ask him the question, but me want to ask him in a different term. Under which administration these airstrip was commissioned, such as Ian Fleming and the rest them? Under which administration the Canefield them have airstrip in a them? Where a journey where would have take no time, take the cop them 3 hours. Minto was one of the guys who led that operation when them reached the plane burn out. Cause them go around and waste time. Cause them know who the shipment belong to. So I don't want you come shape no narrative from the ghetto people them. Ghetto people them nah do them type of operation here. So I want you fix up your thing. Don't come cosmetic up. I want you put the blame wholly and solely upon your friends and your cronies them, the big boys who have the billion them and the million them a spend. You understand? So don't come go on like you want rage, not tear up and ghetto people. Ghetto people are innocent to everything where you just come out, come spit out of your nasty mouth. You understand? Because under your administration, the most corruption assemble and take place in Jamaica. So don't come talk about you have to put things in place to protect this and protect that before Jamaica sink below 80. Jamaica already sink below 80. Just take a look at the 80 currency to the US and you will know. Don't come even mention nothing about the region them. The countries within the region. Where you call up Trinidad name, Guatemala, El Salvador and all these countries for. Them they are South America, you know. Then which part the container chicken did come from? Now South America, cause Brazil they are South America, you know. But it don't go come as a container, a chicken, but a portion of the container stock was cocaine. So now mix the chicken with the cocaine, take out the cocaine over Elsha, left the rest of chicken them there after on take out some, cause you couldn't left that amount there. No. So here what you do, Andrew, I'm gonna tell you what you do. I mean, I make the Jamaican people them know what you do. Leading up to the election, I wanna look money for running a campaign, when a cocaine a run right through Jamaica. Shipment after shipment, valuing billions and billions and billions of Jamaican dollars. Yeah? So here we wanna do now. After I wanna unload the container, I wanna take out the stuff. The chicken we wanna use to mask the stuff. We left back some. But here what you do now, because it was too much. You orchestrated a 58th anniversary the KFC in a Jamaica. No other country around the world never celebrate KFC 50th anniversary. And you get the people them to come out and buy 2 for 1. Yeah? That deal you put on the table. I want to do it twice. All the shame and disgrace with, you know, it bring down pan Jamaica in the first edition. We don't go back and repeat it. Because your administration have nothing name integrity. Don't have no moral. And it don't have no pride. All the shame that was brought up on Jamaica that killed brand Jamaica, what we not talk about. You repeat the dose. Yeah? So Jamaican people, that KFC 2 for 1 deal was some of the chicken that come from Brazil with the drugs, the cocaine. Make me tell you know that. So him can't come talk about nothing. Yeah? Him can't come tell we nothing about ghetto people and the crime. Like ghetto people are crime producer. No. If you check the statistic in relation to analyze Jamaican youth last year, the GSCF killed 311. 311. So, take the beam out of your eye before you go and look for the ghetto people them one. Your administration is causing mayhem in a Jamaica for more than a decade now. Because it's a criminal organization. Your head. Here? And when you come out and pose up like he's a dictator like Idi Amin and a threaten with people, we are going to push back on that. Every minute you run out on the ghetto youth, them you threaten them. With all various threat. Because you want to intimidate the entire society like people for afraid that you're a piece of shit. You're not nobody. You're a criminal that pose up in the Prime Minister office. You desecrate Parliament. So we can't have you come out with the cosmetic press conference from where go on in Jamaica. Shape the narrative how you know the narrative's supposed to be shaped. Don't deflect on the narrative. Don't send this high volume of investment in drugs and gun to the ghetto people. Ghetto people now the money. You ruin ghetto people life. Ghetto people can't even put food on them table. Ghetto people can't even send them youth to school like they once did. Ghetto people now have nothing. All ghetto people are clinging on pan in Jamaica is whoops. You trick them with prosperity. And you leave them to wonder where the next meal coming from. Where you want to come through a shipment of gun, shipment of cocaine. Pan the ghetto people them. Remember, say the PMP them tell you no say over the years strip is not viable. What we call international airport Is a aerodrome like Tinson Pen? So you continue to carry out your malicious act against the Jamaican underprivileged society. Because uno make it become underprivileged, you know. Under Michael Manley administration, ghetto people had privilege. Because Michael Manley same do him alter the balance in favor of the black and the poor. And he make no apology in doing that. So Michael Manley did give ghetto people hopes. Now the mafia wonder where that come from. Michael Manley rise ghetto people. Where several people becomes homeowner. Because Michael Manley was concerned about the children and the parents going to bed without a proper roof over them head. You not no concern about that. You want girl our Jamaican container for living in, where we never have in our society before and after we gain independence. Only under your administration has container house been looked at as housing solution in Jamaica. The goddamn shame. The same container we want to ship on the drugs in. You know want to get the people them for living. You're crazy. You're mad. Garbage leader. Fix up your conversation when you want to come talk to the people in Jamaica. Don't deflect from the truth. Because everybody by now is privileged to what is going on in Jamaica.
Hold on a melting pot. We have Ed Boy. We have Ed Boy on the call. Let me hear
Bring
what
in Ed
Ed
Boy,
Boy
man.
is saying. Ed Boy.
Bring in Ed Boy.
Good night, Steve and Mystic. Good night, your wife as well.
Good night.
Bless up, Ed Boy.
Melting pot. Yeah, man. You know, I want to chime in on this thing that the Cubans have been saying for a very long time. A lot of people know I'm very close to Cuba and Venezuela, and I make no excuse and apologies for it.
Yes.
Yeah? Now, this has been happening for a very long time. When I say a long time, the Cubans started to see an inflow of drugs coming out of Jamaica around 2007. Yeah?
Yes.
Early 2008. Now, why the Cubans are very afraid? There was a scandal, a lot of people don't know. There was a scandal that the United States tried to play on Cuba. It was actually a plan. Yeah?
Yes.
So they had persons, 1 and 2 persons in the Cuban army who apparently were planted to start to move drugs. When the Cuban army, when they did what they had a commission of inquiry, right? The officers confessed that they got their supply from out of Jamaica.
Oh.
and they called Portland to be exact, and in Hanover, which is, if anybody knows, Hanover and Portland are the 2 closest parishes to Cuba. Yeah? So if you're in the west, you're very closer to Cuba. So the west is closest to Havana, and the east is closest to Santiago de Cuba. Yeah?
Oh.
So Portland is closest to Santiago de Cuba. Now, if you take your boat from Errol Flynn Marina in Portland, and you continue in a northeasterly direction,
yes,
you're going to end up eventually on the borders of Cuba. Yeah. Now, why is it so important that the Cubans have chimed in on this? The Cubans are worried because, as I shared with you, they uncovered a plot in 2008 with officers who were actually working with CIA and also persons from Jamaica. Let us be real about this. The CIA really is one of the biggest movers of cocaine in the waters of Jamaica. Yeah?
Oh.
No joke about it.
Yeah.
Now, when we look at this issue of the Ian Fleming issue, You remember that bus that they found, they did at Ian Fleming? The big one.
Yes.
The last big one that they did, and nobody to this day has been arrested for it.
Exactly.
I want to ask the head of narcotics in St. Mary, who, by the way, is related to a farmer, the one with them Seaga, Turks and Caicos.
Wow.
Yes,
Fitzbailey.
You don't know his brother is a police officer.
Yes. Fitzbailey.
And he was Fitzbailey's brother. He's a police officer. Yeah?
Thunder Bailey.
Thunder, of course.
Thunder Bailey. Yeah, man, we have all the information here, man. We have all the information.
Right. Do you know Thunder was never ever a narcotics officer until about 2 years? Because I left, a lot of people might know I was very closely connected to that airport. Yeah? So when I was around the vicinity of that airport, Thunder Bay is never a narcotics. When they built the new police station, they claim at Ian Fleming, which is their narcotics office. Yeah?
Yes.
I can give people what happened. They interviewed the officers from Port Security Corps, which is in charge of the security for every single airport in Jamaica. There's only one solitary agency, and that's Port Security Corps, which falls under the Ministry of Transport. They questioned the officers, and they were grilling them and asking them for things they don't know. They had no idea of it. When the location of the bags were right on the side of the fence, which is closest to the fuel terminal, it's on the air side. Now, if for somebody to have access to the air side, they would have had to be either a police officer or a fireman or officer. Yeah? Those are the only persons that have unfettered access to the air side at the end of it. That's one. Two, when they said the final thing that the officers were told was that this was a drill, yeah, and that it was orchestrated by the DEA, and the drug enforcement officers were actually watching to see where the thing would have gone.
Yes.
But if they were watching to see where it go, why did they seize it in Jamaica?
That's a good question.
If it is an operation, why would you seize something that's a planned operation?
Exactly. That don't make no sense.
No, I want to ask the police commissioner. Well, I don't even know if it's a commissioner. the plan that they have put in the police force, right? I want to ask him a serious question. What quantities of that seizure do you have currently in your armory or in your facilities?
Very good question.
Because my information is that they cannot give full custody. They cannot give full account of the amount. They received a certain amount and them don't have that amount to this day. Yeah? But I want to look at Mr. Cameron, who I know very well, who I know to be a very decent police officer. Yeah? A man who come from humble beginnings,
yes,
from St. Catherine, but he's closest to Clarendon. So a lot of people need to understand. Mr. Cameron is from the same area that Bruce Golden is from. Yeah?
Yes.
Same area. Went to Tatius Golden High School. If you know Clarendon and St. Catherine border, there's an area they call Bella's Gate. Yeah? Now, Bella's Gate is closest to Rock River. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Cameron has been one of the best police officers in Clarendon, who has helped many people who, by the way, was a trained teacher, never had to be a police. Yeah?
Yes.
He was recruited to the police force because of a man from Maypen, them called Lickshot Walker. Yeah? When Lickshot Walker was running Maypen. Now, what you're seeing happening is everybody, the Andrew Holness and Horace Chang think has PNP leanings. They go after them. Yeah? Now, I am not saying Mr. Cameron is a political police, but his family in Clarendon is known to support the PNP. Yeah? Known.
We have seen that pattern, head boy. We have seen that pattern.
Yeah? So this attack on Mr. Cameron, a decent individual, and I find it strange. Why would you, right as Mr. Cameron is reinstated, you know, come up with this fictitious charge that Mr. Cameron was involved in larceny and fraud. I want to ask, wasn't it larceny and fraud when Miss McBean, yes, McBean was there at illegitimately as the head of the police federation? What to this day we have not. She should not have been there. We don't know how she got the post, and she unceremoniously they sent to Corporal Ron James.
Yes.
So I'm simply asking the question: is the police force becoming a JLP force?
But Ed boy, it want to looks exactly like that, because if you notice what they did with Corporal Ron James was utterly disgraceful, and that they politically maligned the man.
And they're doing the same thing to Mr. Cameron.
To Mr. Cameron.
They're doing this, and you know, I find it strange that every time somebody opposes the last 3 police commissioners, you hear say them have dirt in them. This is the plant of the JLP. This is how they manufacture evidence and manufacture charges on people who are of high integrity. Because what they're trying to do is to clip police force. So when they're finishing up, remember all the promotions that happened last year, you know, imagine the commissioner promotes his well, I don't even, him anti-law or him, because remember, the one that was out in St. Thomas named SSP Shan, she's the baby mother of O.L. Ellington. So how could you promote your auntie-in-law?
Nepotism, Papa, nepotism.
These people are some wicked people, and I tell you something. When I was in Jamaica for a while the other day, I said to a high-ranking police officer that I know very well, I said to him, I said, the best thing you do is leave this police force. Because this police force in Jamaica is not the same police force we know 20 years or 30 years ago. It has become nasty. It has become corrupt. And you see the 3 finger them are hold up? You know why them are put up the 3 fingers?
Yes, because I saw it, Ed boy. I couldn't believe it.
Why are they putting up the 3 finger?
3 term, them must celebrate. 3 term, they must celebrate.
It's not just the 3rd term, you know. You know what it is also for?
Yes.
In Freemasonry,
right?
Everybody know me burn the lodge.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not afraid to say so. Me burn it out. In Freemasonry, when you become a full Mason, you become a Mason when you have done your 3rd degree.
Oh.
Yeah?
Okay.
Right?
I got you.
So when you see the 3 fingers, it's not just the 3rd term alone. A lot of the police officers now are being promoted on the basis of which lodge they go to.
Okay. So then Andrew Ones and Everald Warmington poison the force with free.
The one that them bloodthirsty.
What a one at Jamaica, head boy.
No, I tell you, let me tell you what's really happening. So the Freemasons have taken over the state. They have literally taken over the state. Chief among them is Mr. Tufton. He can come and deny because it's a fact. He's a member of the lodge. By the way, the hanky-panky that happened up at the UWHI the other day occurred because of all lodge men. All of them are in the same lodge, including the PNP man. Because I not pet and powder nobody.
Yeah, man, talk of it thing them, man. Talk of it thing them.
Including the PNP man. Now, how you think they were all able to do what they did and still can get away? And what him do now? Him appoint a book, senior lodge members to review them. Mitchell is in the lodge. Even though I respect the man, he's in the lodge too. So how could you? So let me tell you how these guys operate. They send their lodge brothers to clean up their mess. Yeah?
Untouchable?
That is how the state of Jamaica has become. A state that is run by some set of hypocrites who get up on a Sunday, go to church, and then know that they have nothing to do with God. That their focus is purely the lodge. Purely the lodge.
Mighty goodness.
Purely the lodge. Yeah? Let's use another example. The same three police officers you saw that put up the finger, with the exception of the commission. You know, so the others were just promoted the other day.
Whoa.
The lodge has become the bedrock of institutional organizations in Jamaica. That is why people can do what they do and get away, because they are protected by the lodge.
But what you're saying here, you're saying that Andrew Holness rooted himself in the governance through different mediums of necromancy, the lodge and all of that, and Almighty God.
Andrew is no longer in the lodge, you know. My brother, Andrew is no longer in the lodge. When you get to that level, you move out of the lodge.
Whoa.
You become a part of a higher. Andrew Holness is now a shriner. You know everybody shriners in the United States?
Yes. That powerful?
That powerful. Colonel Charles Sr. is a shriner because he had obtained 33-degree level in the lodge. Everall Warmington, same is, I could call out a name, so let me behave myself. Yeah?
Huh?
Many of them, including the former Custos of Clarendon, Billy Shaguri, yeah? All of them, these are the people you go to. I remember when they come to me and tell me if me want to join the lodge. Because I mean, I join the lodge because too much color people there. You know what I mean when I say colorful?
Yeah, I got you.
Because one of the things that they do in the lodge is they allow you to do nasty things, and then when they get that dirt on you, you're forever indebted to them. Huh? So that is why Andrew Holness can call Kevin Blake and tell him do this, do that, because he is a member of the same lodge. The same in the army, Rocky Mead lodge.
You just take it out of my mouth, and I was just about to ask you, know. You just take it out of my mouth. I was just about to ask you.
Yeah.
Because
what he did with Rocky Mead's wife. She was promoted as she was at the head of security for the airport.
Mighty
the airport
goodness.
authority. So
Jamaica done for.
You see happening in the airdrops, because his wife was supposed to ensure that the policies were being followed there. Yeah? These guys are a bunch of wicked people and criminals who know putting on a face. When I think James Albertson dangerous, these are way 10,000 times more dangerous than James Albertson.
Mighty goodness.
A matter of fact, whatever happened to the death of the Canadian man up on Charlotte Avenue?
Tell you what going head boy. Tell you what going.
I'll tell you what happened. My information when I was in Jamaica was that they unalived because he had become a confidential informant to the United States. Hello?
Yes, man, we are hearing you. We are hearing you, head boy. Take a time, head boy. We're hearing you.
So we asked the question, why would this matter? A prominent individual like that, you don't hear anything more about the case. You don't hear anything about the result. You don't hear who doing nothing, because he went and reported that a particular politician in Jamaica was involved in it.
All right, Ed boy, let me just ask you a little thing since you're right there, so. Because I spoke with person in the know. Let me say that. As a matter of fact, more than one persons in the know. And quite obvious that an extradition is here. And as it alleged that Horace Chang name is on it. Can you endorse that?
No, without any water in my mouth.
Right.
That's why people are pretend so then sick and can't come out. You realize
back foot. I want to go on, boy. No, sir. Mr. Sound good.
It's a lie. Horace Chang is not gravely ill, and people need to stop wrong with that. You know why? When I was in Jamaica, I was told that Horace Chang was sick from before the election, and he went to do his surgery outside of Jamaica. So how comes him still sick?
Yeah, I heard that information too. So I can endorse what you said. So what you're saying, you're 100% correct.
I mean, Mystic, you know, we don't make up things, you know, right? I'm simple. It's a fact.
Yes.
I reached out to his. I know her son's daughter, much regardless of the politics. Yeah, I know his daughter, and I reached out and I heard he was gravely ill. I was concerned, and I asked her, "How is your father doing?" She said, "That is not in the best of health, but he's okay. He's functioning. He's still moving up and down." So when I hear people come last 2 weeks, they were gravely ill. I'm saying gravely ill. Somebody is looking. That is why they have put. You realize who they put in a constitutional affairs?
What the person name again?
The lawyer from Trelawney.
Cole.
Man. Because she is, even though she have her ways and stuff, in terms of constitutionality, remember,
Yes.
she's the most experienced lawyer outside of Chuck that was in the JLP administration during the Dudus debacle.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So why you think them bring her to this? Because people keep on forgetting that it is still the ultimate decision of justice what happens with extradition requests and the Attorney General. Yeah?
Oh yes.
They both have to coincide, and it is so funny.
Also the DPP. Also the DPP
and
as
also
well.
the DPP.
Yes.
But the DPP really doesn't have much to say, because remember that if you waive your right, the DPP just only basically just sign to say, I have seen the paper and it's in keeping with the law.
Yes.
Yeah? That's it. Nothing more.
You're correct.
So the reality of this is these guys have taken over the state with their nasty activities. I don't believe that Horace Chang is totally sick. I think this guy is pretending to be sick. If he was so gravely ill, why wouldn't it's a safe seat them say Chang have down there, right? Why wouldn't they give the mayor the chance now to step up in it? Because PMP could not win that by-election. Let's be real.
Yes.
Yeah? Let's be real. So if him that gravely ill, why wouldn't they call a by-election, beat PMP and say, see, they will beat them one more time and laugh off of us?
Yes.
Yeah? Because that's how they operated when they used to do the call the by-election after by-election after by-election to replace their people. These people are playing with people, but it's not just Horace Chang. You think it's one extradition request you hear about?
No, it's just one of the names. I don't really want to call it yet, you know.
No, I want to ask. Me not afraid of nobody. I want to ask the mayor of Sentence Bay, the mayor of Sentence. Have you been contacted by persons from CETOC in relation to the fine at Montego Bay? I'm asking a question. We are free to ask questions. Yeah? Because you know why I asked the question? It is so funny that those two officers were from the Sentence Bay Municipal Corporation. The young man who they found with quantities that he had, right? He was forced into the job and he replaced a lady who was there. He was recommended by Mayor Bell Navis for that job.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thing in Ocherios that is called the Ochi Empire. Ask anybody about them, right? That Ochi Empire sits on what they call, the little avenue, right? They say that Ochi where the taxi them park up, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That the mosquitoes own, that property right there.
Yes.
That used to be the center of the Ochi Empire. There's a clique within Ochi, and it stretches from far as Ochi to Port Antonio. Yeah?
Wow.
That's the connection. And the certain people in Sentence cannot separate themselves from it. I want you to go up to Shaw Park and look on the property that they're building up at Shaw Park. A young man, who was known to be involved in drugs, he's now building a property with the Prime Minister's wife.
Hey!
I'm afraid of them, And he's doing one now in Discovery Bay too. Now, where did this young man get all of this money from?
But where is the Prime Minister anymore?
Well, I'll give you a bigger thing to be curious about. Dushi and Savadia. Where did he get all of that money from? Think of what I'm saying,
Yes.
Edward.
Somebody's a laundromat.
Ha!
No, let me tell you something how the system operates in these things. I worked in the banking system, so I understand it. When you want it, we did it just in August about the layering and the integration and the placement.
Oh yes.
So what Mr. Savani is, by the way, you know what Savani came to Jamaica to do? He's not damn IT specialist. And Savani could come tell me if I'm wrong, because I have the evidence to show otherwise.
You're right.
Savani came to Sandals Group as a yoga expert. He was put towards yoga advisor and the wife's yoga advisor. Yeah? Now, the IT man at Sandals, it was Yoni Epstein who owns ITEL Probe, the call center man. Yeah? He was the IT specialist. He is the trained IT specialist. Span no idea about IT. None.
But him Dushianti mentioned that, you know, that yeah, he's not savvy in that area, you know. He mentioned it.
Yeah, but I'm speaking so I'm speaking facts. No,
of course.
The next thing with this guy, which is weird, which is very weird, right? Why you think Andrew has become so close to the Indians? They just say, who buy Royal Cameron down in Runaway Bay? Right? It's an Indian group. They just buy Royal Cameron. What Savani is that there's a lot of money laundering happening, not just in India, but between India and Jamaica, and they need a connect. Now the Indians are very funny people. I tell people how they operate. You see them in Canada, right? Them go to the LCD work, them insure their mother, them insure the oldest family member and collect from that. And the oldest one again and then they collect from that. That's how they operate. Right?
Yes.
They know the systems throughout the world.
Yes.
And so what they do, Savani is their representative in Jamaica. So any comes through him, and then Andrew they couldn't possibly spend all the money. So they need to find people who have projects. Like what Derek has done with this man named Van Strawley. Huh? Vans don't really have the money, right? But what do? They hold Vans and they put him as the face of the.
So what you're talking about? Hold on a minute, head boy. What you're talking about? You're talking about money laundering 101.
Money laundering 101. That is why you can see these guys. Even look at Spyglass, Darrell Vaz's property. That he's been building from 2003. Darrell tried to build that property there. And all of a sudden in 2024, you get Sotheby's International, which is one of the best realty firm in the world. By the way, they are the only realty firm that can, with no issues. You hear I said to you? No issues. They can receive the starting price of one of those homes at Spyglass is between 450 to 500,000 USD. Now, where did Darrell get that money to build that?
Talk to us, head boy.
I'll tell you, and I keep on telling people, and they look like they forget that when Darrell went to Mexico, him and Audley Shaw,
boy, hold on the head boy, hold on the head boy, hold on the head boy. No, sir. Really and truly, you have to get your excellent grade. You deserve your excellent grade, Papa.
Let me tell you, I know the Shapiro family, which own the Moon Palace. By the way, do you know that they have been featured in a lot of articles in Mexico to have their connection to Sinaloa? Hello?
Yes, man. We are taking you in, Ed boy. We are taking you in. We are following you.
So, when he went to Mexico in 2019, nobody can tell me, because we know one thing don't lie, Darrell Vaz. You can clean the internet, everything, but flight records still remain. Because the flight books, when you log a flight, that book becomes law. The law is they cannot destroy them until 10 years.
Yes.
You have to keep those logs, because if it is summoned for any reasons, you have to present them.
Yes.
Now, when you and Audley went to Mexico, I want to ask Darrell, remember you had brought in a team from Mexico to do deep diving over Navy Island? No, that team, I am told, had diving equipment. When they were going through the search area at Jan Fleming, I'm told, they had diving equipment and they had different equipment, underwater cameras and everything. Now, what were they looking for under Navy Island? And why would you bring a team from Mexico when if you really want the best water team, you bring them from out of the United States or Canada, which have some of the best divers in the world. That's their specialty. Yeah?
Yes.
I am suggesting to people that when Daryl and Audley went to Mexico, and the following day they left on a Thursday, and by the Friday there was information that Daryl had received 30 million in a particular bank in Jamaica account.
That is correct. Because we have that information. That is correct.
It's not 30 million Jamaican. It was 30 million US. Nobody gives money outside of Jamaica in JMD. Don't let nobody fool you. Daryl now want for $30 million so hard. 30 million Jamaican, not him. That time rum money and him extracurricular activity money.
Back foot. So heavy.
No, when it went to his account from Mexico to the Jamaican bank that had Citibank NA New York account, the account was immediately frozen, meaning the local bank account was immediately frozen. Bank lost its correspondent relationship with Citi. What do you think they did? Now, you want to wonder where some of the money come now to build Spyglass and to build the high-rise apartment to see him in Kingston?
Talk to your boy.
They were able to prove that they had a contract with the Mexicans and that their money was legitimate. And that is what you see them spending now. My word, as I tell you. And that also financed the 2020 election.
Back foot.
Because once you can prove, so they got an attorney to lobby. That is why Daryl and Tapia became such good friends. Yeah? Because it is out of his connection with Tapia that he got a particular legal group that was very connected then to the Donald Trump administration. The old, not the new one, the old one. Yeah?
Yes.
To then show that he had a legitimate contract with the Mexicans. And that's how they got back their money. So even though people thinking it's just the bus, I pointed it out on Andre, and I don't think people realize what I was saying. It's not that. It's not just the bus money alone. Because typically that is small money, right? Because it is not that is not the real source of their funding. Their real source of the funding was the underselling at Moon Palace, the property rooms on the beach, because they undersell it and then they collected back the money. And they didn't get it all at once, you know. They get it over a period of time.
Yes. Let me ask you another question, head boy. You hear anything like Daryl Vaz and the extradition?
In that regard, and he will not be calling it. Daryl was a confidential informant to the United States. That's why he got a special visa.
Rotted George, here now. Melting Pot, you hear this?
Yeah, I hear.
When he went, and he must come and deny or confirm. Is it true, Mr. Vaz, that in order for you to have received your visa, the special visa you got, you had to say to the United States, give them names. I'm going to hear this. Go mark the date when Daryl got back his visa and look for the players that they captured with the Caribbean after that. Look at the drug book corridor. And then you then you'll realize somebody sang and the bird was singing and the canaries were high pitched.
Whoa.
Yeah? So a lot of these activities you see happening now, right? He's not going to be touched if this Republican administration is still there, because he still has his friend Donald Tapia, who is very close to Donald Trump.
Oh yes, because I remember that Daniel Tapia, right, was made some reference on the visa that he had gotten. Yes.
Why you think they took Philip Powell's visa? It was not because Philip was involved in any anti activities, any drug activities, or any running activities. They took Philip's visa because of Philip's closeness to Cuba and Venezuela. And what they wanted to compare. So Tapia now felt it would have looked better if had the two of them, and to say the two, one worked for the Mexicans, one worked for the Cubans and the Venezuelans.
Mm-hmm.
But quite frankly, Philip was not working for anybody. Philip has been as a consultancy firm.
Yes.
The Cubans were in fact developing their Marbella port, which was going to rival our logistic hub. And he was in fact a consultant duly so, and he's free to do work as an individual.
Yes.
In his capacity. So when people try to come and mix up Philip Paul and the nonsense, you know, Philip has not been somebody I defend anytime. I will not defend. It's not somebody I typically defend. But the truth be told, is that the gentleman was not mixed up in what they tried to mix him up in. He was just basically lost his visa because of his relationship with Cuba and Venezuela, which he's entitled to have.
Yes.
Yeah, so these things just is swirling around, right? Especially with Darrell. The allegations are mostly true. But I want to ask Juliet Holness, Juliet, is your brother in Jamaica? Has he completed his sentence in the US? Does he have a property in Negril? And what is happening now in that property down in Negril? Hello?
Well, I'm silent in our boy.
Do you know what they call Andrew in that family circle? They call him Chapo. You hear I said to you?
El Chapo?
They say I have to talk to Chapo. I am told by a good friend that when they mention, they never call him Andrew. They say they have to talk to Chapo.
You have to talk to Chapo. You hear that part?
Yeah, man.
My word as I tell you, right? And anybody in Negril can tell you. There's a particular individual who has a property down there. Everybody know him property. He's a Jamaican, has been around for years in the music business, right?
Mm-hmm.
That property is next door Andrew Holness's, Juliet Holness's brother's property. Yeah? What they're doing now is they're going along the coast and they're buying properties like never before. Never before. Where are they getting the money? Who is financing it? And what is financing it? Is the questions we must ask. Gentlemen, as I go, I just simply want to say to you and your listeners, if you want to find out what is happening, follow the money and follow the property trails, and you will realize what is happening. These guys don't have the level of resources that they claim to have. The activities is involved in legal running, and they then integrate it through development.
Wow.
Because if you want to hide money, or you want to launder money, the best thing to do it is through development, because you have a lot of cost overruns.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And then that cost overrun justify you have
yes. Yes.
Anyway, brother, the
why
love I won't continue for too long.
Yes.
But all I can say, Jamaica is in a dark place. It's like Andrew wanna say, it's a dark day. Yeah?
Why?
It is indeed a dark day when narco traffickers have taken over the state. I go and leave you.
Thank you, my boy. Really appreciate the call.
Bless up, boy. Bless up.
Bless up yourself, boy. All right. Yes, melting pot. Just close out for us now.
Yeah, man. But like the fact how Ed Boy come and endorse a lot of things where we are said on a weekly basis. Because last week when we do the introspection into Umvas and the money where I'm going to find, we tell you, say the undervalue sale of the rooms.
Yeah. So Ed Boy was right on target.
I'm right on target.
It was the same thing that we investigated.
Yeah, I said that because, I mean, Jamaica Hotel and Beachland a prime investment to overseas investor. So there is no way, shape, or form you can devalue something from 13.5 million US to 7.2. Absolutely garbage. So Ed Boy just come cement the thing where we are talking around here.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
He's on point.
So yes. So these so-called politician, member of parliament, call them whatever you want to. They are just criminal from over the Jamaica Labour Party side, robbing the taxpayers of Jamaican asset, prime asset, and then whizzing off. You see all that piece of shit Hardly Shaw, Manor Yard. But when we have phone plan for $2,000 a month, he might tell us same phone bill at 8 million. 8 million, you know. Because his son sick overseas. And him sit down on phone and utilize 8 million. This is how them take Jamaican people. The stupidity. Insulting Jamaican intelligence.
Oh yes.
There's no way one phone bill for a month will run 8 million. So when you see him and Pumvas as we head boy are sure we are now, go off to Mexico, go collect the 30 million US. Head boy know him I say.
The man, he's right.
Man a yard a shit house, you know. That's why you see him look like old dead here right now and him not dead yet. Sin upon them.
No, that they drink them or drink.
Nah. Let me tell you something, Byron.
Mix up juice and give me now. The juice.
Yeah, gunman pass give me thing name me not dead yet. Yeah? Because him now go dead right now, him for suffer. People see him come down to a tread size. That piece of shit house. Remember from in the 90s, you know. Him at the fraud Jamaicans, you know.
Yes.
Because I'm involved in the 90s meltdown. He benefit from that. And him come back and you hear him a go on with. Yeah? With him phone bill, 8 million. Unbelievable. And now see that him link, him fly out with Pumvas go collect 30 million US from the undervalue sale at the Moon Palace Rooms and Beach Land Villa. 30 million US. Yeah? And as Ed Boy said, them collect the proceeds in parts. You think them don't know how to orchestrate criminality? Because they are main players within the criminality sector in Jamaica. So when Andrew come out now and want to deflect the high-level criminality we are run through Jamaica upon the ghetto people, we have a problem with that. We have a problem with that because Andrew is only being nonsensical to attribute such high-level activity, criminal activity to the ghetto people. Where would ghetto people get all these money from to carry out these corruption? So we have to look upon everything and bungle it in one package. And you hear Ed Boy tell we tonight, even though we did have a little idea, said them involved in this ritual type of activity. But Ed Boy, a rubber stamp it firmly.
Exactly. Hold up the pot for a minute. Sister Pot, giving a call since we are with upon the last mission here. Yes, Sister Pot.
It's not on speaker.
Yes, good night.
Good night, my sister.
Well,
bless up, sister.
May I tell you, may I take this opportunity to call upon the Honorable Mark Jeffrey Golden and the PMP, the Women's Movement, and the true churches, the true believe in God. Let us have a nationwide prayer meeting and rally. We are call upon them. The nation need healing. With them a whole heap of larger, brother.
Huh?
Them a larger, no, sir.
Boy, I'm having to take in
there's nothing where God can break.
That's true.
For the Bible says, if the things that have God, it must come down. So me I call upon you, Mr. Golden, and the member of parliament, them councillor, through Jamaican, and the few churches were really, I said, God, let us call for a week or 2 weeks or 3 days what a prayer. Let us gather in the, what you call it, the arena there, so have a spiritual cleansing. We all no party color. Make we wear white and walk with we olive oil with water. Who can go a spring, go get some spring water, some river water. Almighty God, this not look good at all. Satan take over. Satan take over.
Like go sister
And we
that.
can't allow Satan to win.
No,
He
no.
can't walk so. Satan take over. So when you see them finger there, it in a look, you just imagine say in a every because something wrong long time, you know. In a every department, in a every civil society, then just plant themselves. So it's a clique of them.
Oh yes.
They come like a silver ticks in a maga cow. So we have to go to God in the prayer and sacrifice to get rid of them people here. Read the Bible from we heart. Read the Bible. Call good on we knee. Hope we eye, no shed no eye. And call upon the Almighty God, the sun, the sun, the moon, the star, the element. And with them can save we. With this higher wickedness. But it can't come down. They can't come down if people just believe and when let us pray and pray honestly, it will come down. Mighty God, that's what you see. The man them are kill every people them and talk about man pipe gun pan them. And the worst thing, the innocent young policeman them when don't know what then just program them like a robot. And them don't know what them a do. Who knows to say something wrong? They don't have no heart. Them program them that they have no sympathy, they don't have no empathy. Other than style when they go every no skill. Look at the one they, when I try planting gun them, I plant the magazine a young man then care. That to show you they don't know them, they don't know nothing about them. They see them like care and you are trying to plant the gun that you then care. Because what? Blood, we say blood, they want at any cost. Mothers, wives, sisters, who not get back, we get up. This cannot work. You see the nigger man, see the Satan, the blood sucking. And we appear to our children, our husband, our son. It cannot work like this. My golden and everybody no here. If you are asleep and somebody make we get up, Patricia Duncan Sutherland, organize a prayer meeting or a week a day, something have been done. Something have been done. Because a police can don't know a man, they tap a vehicle. And you see two young man, you don't know them. You know, get the report say that car there, do something down the road to take him out. And you willfully apply the magazine that the young man then carry, you know them. So when they drive off, you drive them down and kill them and say you find something by them. That means to say some demonic forces, they're upon the police force. The police force is under attack. The member of the security forces, them have no empathy, no sympathy. And some of them, they not do it for their own. Demonic force take over them. So they might do something when they not even realize what they are doing. And that mistake happen. As they go for one man, and then hear say man to them say, Abadi. Nobody now go get locked up and go and judge again and judge try him and sentence him or whatever. Abadi, something is wrong. We tell them long time, you know. See young police boy I draw out all man with a car. For a simple traffic offense, your old grandfather. Yeah, drag him, pull him out, take out him key, drag him. Simple car, simple little traffic offense in Taparale after all man, like himself. And before you was a police officer, he said, Daddy, move up quicker, you shouldn't stop here, so. Yeah, to go by old man and send me, I go here, and I drag him, dry him out, put him out, ground him, drop. So you get the message there from? Brother, diaspora people, who don't want to come back on the yard, you know, after the reach certain age, you know, see ISA killing over there. Make we come together and have a prayer meeting, call up, not with every pastor, but the true pastor, and warrior mama, and we the woman, we are lose with husband and pitney like we good on an arena, or somewhere having every parish, and let we wear just pure white, and get some spring water, either from a river, or a spring, you know, and a back water, pure water, and so holy Bible and consecrate it, and pray go by fasting. Pray to God, this cannot work, Mystic. Mystic, this is too much.
Too much, man.
If you can infiltrate the security forces, Almighty God, what is left? You tell me now, Mystic, you don't tell that you have one nephew out there. And police stop your nephew. And not find nothing for him. And you say, man, stop by me, man. I want this brother be so. Boom, boom. Then find gun foot by your picnic. And you know for her to ever say, him know that the type of smile there. No, man. You tell me now, in next 10 years, we continue like this. In next 7 years, no pick your top band.
Right, wicked.
No man, that's a breed no one. If you woman left like a me whole top breed, the young girl them now get no man to breed them. Oh, sir. Anyway, this was a good show. I'm
thank you.
From the bottom of my heart. Head boy, big up yourself. And
come on.
this, why? Aye.
Aye.
Why?
I tell you.
This coming like when a woman in a trivial.
Well,
and mommy can't tell you, my nurse, you know when a woman in labor.
Yeah.
Hey.
One of wicked.
Jamaica, labor right. PMP, no pay at all. Woman, let us get up, turn up, and fight for we people in our country. You can't allow a handful of demons to take over. Mighty God of Daniel, Father, I stretch my hand to thee. No other help I know but thee. Father, tonight me I beg you, look down upon the land of Jamaica, look upon the pity them, look upon everything where happen. Manifest yourself, God. Show them say you are God.
All
Hallelujah.
Right. Bless
Jesus Christ.
What may I tell you?
We have sinned, but God, may I beg you, have mercy. You say we have mercy for the elect sake, Father. Father, we have done nothing to deserve this. Yes, them voted me, them make mistake. Cover the security force, Lord. Because most of these young man and woman, they are doing things where they not even know what they are doing. God, for a young policeman to plant a magazine for the victim and people where them not know, that for sure you say, them man are some force. And God, tonight me I pray, that me I beg you, Father, me sin can come short I glory of you, because me a human being. But tonight, God, man, me I beg you, have mercy, Jesus. Take them down, Father. We not deserve this. We not deserve this, Father. Father God, we no longer have you. We have to depend upon. Why you alone we have to depend upon. Earthly problem cannot go down ammunition cannot fight this war. This is a spiritual war. And we put the security forces, we put everybody in a Jamaica, whether they live overseas, they live here, hope we high. Father God, Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, I call upon you tonight to have mercy, mercy. She queen show we say, God, and those who sin at the high places doing this wickedness to the innocent people, Father God, I want you to show them, say you alone is God and you reign supreme. Mighty God, this country does not deserve this. Divine God, this we not deserve this. We cause and we got with this foolishness. But we know, Father, this too much. Me not go to church, me not Christian, but me know, me believe in you. Me should show me say your power. Father God, rein them in. The Satan them, God. Show Satan say you're God. Jamaica not deserve this. Comes what me. And my brothers and sisters, I yield back.
All
and
right.
Let us pray without ceasing.
Oh, yes.
Mighty God.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
Sister Pat. Wow.
Mighty God.
Enough is enough, man. Too much.
Enough is enough. Hey, imagine when you listen to me, show your three finger. Me a part of you. Nothing come out of it. Judge, lie, everybody a three finger. Master God, three finger jack.
Can you imagine?
All right.
All right, Sister P. All right.
Yeah.
Bless up yourself. All right. All right, melting pot. Yeah, we have just use another 3 minutes and close. We have the melting pot.
Yeah, man. But the situation grim.
It grim, melting pot.
Yeah, the situation grim. And I mean, you know, what is happening in Jamaica? I mean, it touch every patriotic Jamaica. And even non-patriotic. I know this will happen to Jamaica right now. Everybody I feel it, you know. Whether you're living at Jamaica or you're outside of Jamaica, as Jamaican we are all feeling it. Because the man them bring the society to such a level that it's controlled by demon. And so, in regard to the police force, it's a Dracula police force that comes out like a vampire and suck the blood of the youths them from the innocent. Because you can't tell me there's only one set of people commit crime in the country. That's a one set of people appear the penalty. Appear the penalty. One set of mothers appear the pain. One set of father a weep and moan. Now we have to be very sensitive to what will cause Jamaican, yeah, to understand that time is the essence. Time is what will change anything around you. Now it's time for Jamaican people to rise up, one accord, and make the change. Prayer is a way of, you know, sending a message, asking for the Father intervention. But it's a unity amongst people, not no stronger than that. And that can be the solution to change. Because I'm not exempting prayer from anything. But prayer alone can't change it, you know. Prayer alone not going to change Jamaica. Prayer is a part of the method, but it alone can't change Jamaica. Jamaican have to know what they want to change Jamaica. The mothers them will lose them son have to know the pain where them have feel. Have to understand how it feel. And have to understand why them feel that pain. Because see there, 12 young men lost them life over a short period of time, 48 hours. That is 6 every day. We're not supposed to have digest this type of, cruelty towards the people. This remind me of when war did a rage across the land of Africa. In a Idi Amin time and all them man there. Yeah? Now the uprising in Angola and all them places there. Yeah? No, we can't have this in Jamaica. Jamaica too small feet, man. And remember, Jamaica is a country that built upon Christian values, Everybody knows Jamaica have the most church per capita square mile anywhere else in the world. But yet still we find ourselves where we are. So, I endorse prayer, but I know prayer not going to be the be all and end all the solution at Jamaica. The people have to know what they want. God said help those who help themselves.
Oh, yes.
So if the people are not willing to help themselves, the Almighty not going to intervene, Me can't tell them that. Because if you follow the spiritual word from the Bible, it tells us God help those who help themselves. No politician can't go to parliament if people don't vote for them, No matter what they want to do, them can't eat the election if people don't support them. So the people have to solve the problem in Jamaica. And I've been saying this to them for a little while now. The people has to be the solution to the problem in Jamaica. And I'm talking about the massive. Come on, get up, people. Hear what the Prime Minister said about tonight. Sir Byron, play the clip. So he had done that speech earlier on. Just hear all my label as criminal, no man. I don't know no innocent to what the guy has said. They don't know the next step where am I going to do. Is use the young Andrew Holness, GSCF member them, to come destroy now the place of president. But we see them a lick out people win down and go in and them do all type of things were wrong. Jamaica people can't sit down with this, We don't sit down with it too long now. I won't do to yourself. You can't touch yourself to an administration when you care about you, no man. You don't have to make the change. Prayer won't be sufficient. Because when you hear our society has become embroiled in large values, then sacrificial has to be a part of the menu. And I yield back the floor to you, Sir Byron.
All right. Thank you for that melting pot. And let me just ask Wifey to close us out. What is going on there?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, guys, have a wonderful and blessed weekend. Thank you so much, as usual, for tuning in. Really appreciate each and every one. Bless up yourself, Melting Pot. Thank you so much for your wonderful insights, as usual. And guys, remember to tune into Reason with Ratigan tomorrow. And until we see you again, bless up, one love, and safe travel on the gravel.
All right.
Blessing everyone. Have a blessed weekend. And remember, keep the faith. Be safe. Keep strong.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, good.
I know why you come to me with that foolishness, You elect a prime minister, and is a prime minister run the country. It is time we learn to hold our leaders accountable for their actions and stop making excuses for them. Stop making excuses. Otherwise, go elect the people who really run in the country. And I don't want the right start that stupid argument. Hold the people you elect accountable and stop making excuses for them.